that we've done a great job. We can give ourselves a pat on the shoulder to be the first four ladies to have championed this. Because we've done well. Congratulations to us and to our other colleagues who have been also supporting us as well, and to everybody really, and the teams involved. They've given us a good competition this season, and it's been very, very amazing.
Amna, your general impression.
Well, I think Abuja is too excited, and I understand why, because for some time we've been crying out for people to come on board to get our women's football telecast live on TV. And so when IMAX came on board, I was like, wow, this is it. The time is here. Well, some of us didn't even know that we get the opportunity to be there. It's maybe the works that we've done a couple of years ago that has made us come on board, and then we are doing this. And then I can say that we have really done well, because this is Ghana. When you're doing something and you don't do it well, you get people outside that will call you and tell you that, hey, what you ladies are doing there, you are just joking. You need to up your game. But then when you look at the response from other male commentators and then analysts and pundits, it's been all like the feedback has been great. We know that we just started. There's more room for improvement, but we have done so well. We are so glad that at least we are part of history makers when it is mentioned that when the Women's Premier League, the FA decided to telecast live the matches, we were the first people to be given the opportunities. And so, like Akosa said, we want to thank Fadi and then IMAX Media, even the crew members. They don't see them, but the work that they put into this thing before we get the matches live on TV has been massive. And so we would like to thank them. And then to the teams, I think we've gotten to know more about the players.
Now we'll get there, but we have to go. That was our impression with them. We have to go. The collaboration between IMAX Media and then GFA. GFA took the initiative. Betway came on board. Let's acknowledge the sponsors who made it possible, at least to make Women's League being aired, because we didn't start from the beginning. We joined getting to the latter part of the first round. That is where how did you see that?
Well, that is the amazing part of it, because it means that IMAX, they were very ready before coming on board. Because sometimes if you want to do something, you have to prepare, and then you start
to short notice.
Yeah, but they came in the middle of it, and trust me, they've done so well. The coverage, that's why I keep saying the feedback from people, not just Ghanaians outside Ghana, on the continent, and the kind of messages we get on our Facebook pages shows that IMAX Media has really done something well together with the Ghana Football Association. And I believe that this is something that will go on, and at the end of the day, women's football will be better than we are all expecting.
Akosia, sponsorship, GFA, how we came all along. But before then, we'll be going to the dressing room to see how these two teams will be dressed up onto the pitch. But Akosia, yes, your view on the sponsorship and then how GFA managed to even get that on board.
Nafisa, you see, we've been playing this league for a while now, and it's actually disheartening.
Okay, so this is the dressing room for Hasaacas ladies, and then they'll be coming up. You can see the goalkeepers' jerseys, and then the three goalkeepers. There's a Banwa, Nyameche, Blessing is there, and then you can see that Bazigi is not taking chances, but we can still speak on the sponsorship and then GFA as well, as the dressing room is being showed. So this is the dressing room. What is your view about the dressing room, the dresses, the dress code of the kits of the ladies?
Nafisa, we've been seeing this Hasaacas ladies kit since the CAF Champions League, and for some weird reason, some people really do love to see the Hasaacas ladies play in these jerseys, because they are the first female team here in Ghana to actually wear female jerseys, and it's really amazing
that
how
was the arrival of Hasaacas ladies. This is how they arrived at the Accra Sports Stadium.
And so it's really amazing to see how far these teams have been able to come. And it's good that now there's sponsorship on board, because you know that most of these teams, they don't get sponsorship from anywhere.
That's Ampem Darkoa dressing room as well. Their usual suspects is blue, always dominant blue and white. That is what we are seeing now green and blue. That's the mixture of the day. We have Safia too, goalkeepers, JCs, and then we have, I think they got a sponsor, Macron, for Ampem Darkoa. It's sometimes interesting to see our ladies getting individual sponsorship, also sponsoring them on this because it's really difficult for the women's football. Esther.
Yeah, just like I began by saying earlier, this is whereby all of us have been advocating that at least we need to see corporate bodies coming on, on board in order to sponsor these girls, just like they've been doing to the males team as well. And that is one key thing that we really need to commend the respective corporate bodies that have come on board to invest in women and then ensure that women's football is out there. This is the current need as it stands now. Everybody will love to see, will love to watch women's football. Women's football has become a lot of business whereby a lot of teams are creating much revenue from it. So for corporate entities to come on board and then ensure that they sponsor respective women's Premier League clubs in the country,
that's the
very
that's
commendable. That's
the arrival of Ampem Darkoa also getting here at the Accra Sports Stadium. So both teams have arrived safely, and then very soon we'll be seeing them warming up for the game as well.
Yeah, so it's very commendable. We are treating each and every corporate body out there that next season commences. Today's zone happens to be the grand finale. There are a lot of clubs involved. Apart from those that are plying their trades in the Ghana Women's Premier League, we have the Division 1 clubs as well. Take very good care. At least grab one of the teams, sponsor them. The mileage that you would get, trust me, it's way beyond you. You are going to get a lot of mileage. Now we have television broadcast as well, so the mileage is there. So we are entreating on our corporate bodies to come on board, sponsor Premier League clubs, precisely the women, because the men already have it, and your investment will never go waste.
Let's narrow down to the centers, match venue, where we played our matches. How do you also saw these various centers across the northern and then the southern zone as well as
Nafisa, we've seen our women play on Sakura pitches. We've seen our women play on pitches where we know that they are playing on a borrowed 90 minutes time, and if the 90 minutes is up, they should go. We've seen them even struggle, fight for venues, and they will tell them, no, you can't play your games here just because you're a female team. We don't want you and all the dirty things that comes along with you. And so this season, being able to play on the pitches that we've been able to, the Accra Sports Stadium, whether it's Bantama, whether it's the Ali Mahama Stadium, Magdan, Madina, Elwak, Achimota, is a great improvement on how far we've been able to come. Do I think that we are there yet? I don't think we are at the top where we need to be. But do I see the improvement? Of course, because I've watched police ladies play at Tesano, and that was a Sakura pitch. And they would play there. Most of them, sometimes they get injured, scratches and all. I've seen them play at the Mats Park. I've seen them move from the Mats Park to Achimota. It's been a journey for us, a good journey, I should say. We have been moving, even though our steps have been slower. But the important thing is we are not where we used to be, say, 5 years ago. We have made some improvements, and I think that it is good for us. And when you go to the centers, amazingly, you see some fans who just come there to enjoy women football. Yes. They know the players who are playing. They can scream your name and tell you you are not doing a good job on the pitch. They can scream your name and give you a thumbs up and tell you, I like the tackle you just made. You score a goal, and they are rather giving you a rundown on who they think this player is, which player they think should be better paired with and all. And so for the venues and the fans that we've witnessed so far, as always, they've been great. And the improvement, for me, it's been there. And so once again, kudos to the FA and Auntie Rosalind and Auntie Hilary as well, for I know how tiresome this work is, and to have been able to do this. It's been a great improvement for me so far.
Now on mass venue and centers.
Well, we've had a situation whereby clubs are being fought by a Division 1 male teams, that we don't want you playing in our pitch because you bring us bad luck. You will not make us qualify to the Premier League, and that is what we want. So we will not allow you to play in this particular venue or pitch. And so, like Acosta said, we've really traveled from far. You have clubs like Thunder Queens now, formerly Samira Ladies. They moved from Accra Technical University to Tema, and then now they are back at Liberty Park. That should tell you that the ladies are really struggling. They are trying, and the reason why this season most of them moved the fact that they got to know that their matches will be live on TV, and so they also want to make good. Yes, they also want to make things easy for IMAX Media, because, well, if you want to promote us, if you want to advertise us, then it means that you have to make sure that you are looking good. And so you also realize that this time around, that's big jerseys that they used to wear, jerseys that they wear when they all look manly and all that. This season, it is not there. You don't see things like that. This should tell you that IMAX coming on board and making sure that women's football is on TV has really improved a lot of things. And so for the venues, Magdan is there. Yes, it is not a standard pitch yet. And then Medina is also not a standard pitch, even Bantama. But then when you are playing and then it is being telecast, you know that this pitch is very good. And I think from time to time we will get there. We are not there yet, but it's an improvement for what we were known for. For now, I think that we have done so well.
Esther, let's look at the whole league, the northern and the southern sector. What have you really, if you look into how these two zones have fared, what do you think as the stronger opponents in terms of zones, if you are talking about that?
Yeah, Nafisa, this happens to be quite, I would say, an interesting question, because all the two zones involved, to my perspective, having followed them, having monitored them, trust me, none of the zones is quite easier. In as much as we've managed to get these two same finalists for this year as well, that is Hasaacas ladies emerging winners for the southern zone, and then having the likes of Ampem Darkoa also emerging winners for the northern zone, does not mean that it's quite an easy one, because trust me, especially in the northern zone this year, for instance, it was very, very tough. That it had to take the last game of the day before, that was match day 18, before we were able to see that this is Ampem Darkoa who are going to represent the northern zone in the final of the Women's Premier League. So it's been quite a tough one. If you take a look at also the one for the southern zone, for instance, at a point, defending champions Hasaacas ladies were also, being given a very hot chase by some debutants, like Army ladies. They were being given a chase by fit ladies who usually play at the Dansuma Corridor Park, and we saw what others were doing, with the exception of those that were relegated. That is in terms of migration ladies as well as Sea Lions. But it has really been quite, I would say, interesting season altogether, both in the two zones involved. And if you should ask me for, I know we would narrow it down as we progress in the course of our discussion, but speaking generally in terms of the two zones involved, trust me, none of them is easy, because it has to take the experience of Hasaacas ladies at a point for them to maneuver over the other teams involved. And then it also had to take the experience of Ampem Darkoa ladies on the final day, that was match day 18, before they were also able to, get past the likes of Pelpiat ladies and Fabulous Girls. So it's been quite an interesting season, and trust me, having seen what we've seen this season, I'm very optimistic that from next season it's going to be much, much more interesting than it was now.
Look, Akosia, it seems with the southern zone, I can say we had chances of watching all the southern zone matches. It's the northern zone that most of the time you watch one or two being telecast live. How is the impression overall about it as well?
I think this season the northern zone kind of gave a bit of a change. Usually it was the southern zone that we were experiencing that, because prior 2 seasons, 3 seasons ago, you would realize that it was Hasaacas, Police Ladies, Lady Strikers, and even at a point, Sea Lions battling it really, really hard at the top 4, and not being able to declare Hasaacas winners when they had 3-4 matches to play. But this season it was amazing in the northern zone. The kind of competition that we have always been saying that we have in the southern zone, the northern zone surprisingly gave us that competition. That to a point even debutants' dreams could come and have the audacity to be on the top spot. When they had Ampem Darkoa in that same zone, I was, where are these debutants coming from? These dreams girls have had something in them. When they always made sure that a player like Stella Nyameche will always make sure that she gives them the necessary goals to get the important points that they needed to get. So for me, this season, the Northern Zone was quite competitive as compared to the Southern Zone. I'm sorry.
Now, I could see you nodding your head when Akosia was speaking. Your general view on the southern and then the northern zone as well.
Well, I think the southern zone, the teams were inconsistently inconsistent because it has never happened before in the history of women's football that a club will lead the table or will finish the league with as many as 16 or 15 points. It has never happened before. And when you look at the way the league table, the league table was changing, even in the second round, you could see that all the clubs in the southern zone, they are not ready. And then when you are playing in a league that you have, I mean, the second best team on the continent, you can't take anything away from Hasaacas ladies. They have the experience now, they have the exposure. What do you expect Hasaacas to do when you are messing up and as a club and you want to play anyhow you want? They are very focused. They want to represent Ghana at the Women's Champions League for the second time. And so when they get the opportunity, they will take it. At a point, we all saw that lady strikers were trying to challenge them a little bit, but they slipped. And at the end of the day, they were even fought on the league table at the end of the season. And so it should tell you that the South, and I was even surprised that my own team, police ladies, were able to be in the top 4 and on the third position, because this is the
same points as lady strikers.
This is a club that has struggled in terms of injury, in terms of players leaving the club to training school and all that. But with the experience that you have, police ladies, they have played in the league for quite, they have produced quality players to the national team, and so they have the experience, and so they were managing anyhow they would, so that they will not come out of the top 4. So I was so surprised, and I give them thumbs up for even making it to the top 4. But this season, the southern zone has really disappointed fans of this particular zone. But initially, this is how they used to play, how the northern zone went this season. That is when you want to witness women's football. This is what the southern zone teams are going to give you. But this time around, it went to the northern zone. And like Akosia mentioned, Dreams ladies, they came well prepared. They were ready to come into the Premier League when nobody was ready. They were more ready than the Premier League class themselves before.
Nobody is ready. How nobody was ready? Because everyone was prepared for the season.
No, I'm saying that they were ready to come into the Women's Premier League as a Division 1 club. They were ready when other clubs were not ready.
More organized?
That one, you can say that as well. But let me tell you this, they have their players spread across all the Premier League clubs. When you look at Felicity and Asante, a player that plays for Berry Ladies, most of their players played last season in the Women's Premier League. They loaned them, some of them were transferred outright to the clubs. And when they came, they were doing well, because last season, Berry Ladies were doing so well, and you could see that the players that left Dreams to Berry Ladies were the players that were performing and getting the goals for them. It means that when I said that they were ready when teams were not ready, they are very ready.
So talking about Dreams ladies, now we'll be narrowing ourselves down onto the debutants who came into the Women's Premier League this season. When you go to the northern zone, it was FC Savannah and then Dreams ladies. Esther, how did you see these two teams, even though FC Savannah couldn't secure their place, and then they have to go back to go and prepare and then come to the Dreams ladies? At least made sure that they were there. They made an impression to show that there was something. But for FC Savannah, don't forget that in the first half, FC Savannah were still in competition.
Yeah, Nafisa, let me begin from the southern zone in terms of the debutants. For the southern, we had the likes of Army ladies as well as Fit ladies coming in as debutants for this season. And interestingly, after the season ended, we saw Fit ladies, being at the second position on the league table, and then Army ladies also managed to be on the fifth position. It has told you that indeed, when you take a look at how Fit ladies have really fared so far for this season as debutants, having the likes of Gifty Akumabia, seeing the way whenever they are on the pitch, trying their maximum best to get the goals for their side. Advancement carried off point. At a point, they made it a fortress that teams that came there had to really struggle. We saw experienced side like Police ladies going there to suffer a defeat. We saw what happened to Hasaacas ladies, that it had to take that last minute experience on the part of Hasaacas for them to beat them 3-2. So for Fit ladies, Advancement carried off park, and having journeyed to Cape Coast and then getting those maximum points from the likes of lady strikers, from Tender Queens as well, tells you that Fit ladies really have done their work well, been led by their coach, Reginald Asante. They've lived up to the billing. Sponsorship on their part has really been well. And if you are taking a look at in terms of one of the clubs that is well prepared, well organized, because, I'm in the commentary position. So sometimes whenever I get to match venues, I'm usually seated. You might think I'm not watching, but I use that opportunity to take a look at the venue that we've gone to and then look at how the team, the home side, how they go about their preparations. And it's one key thing you can't take away from Fit Ladies. You see that in terms of their preparations, even on days that when they were playing the FA Cup, there were days that they were playing at Baghdad, and you get there very early, and then you realize that they are already there, preparing. And I was like, in as much as they are debutants, they've really ensured that they've done their homework or prepared well, both off and on the pitch. In recent times, football, it's not always about the pitch. Everything is done in the boardroom before you come out to the pitch, and then you demonstrate what you've done. And that is what Fit Ladies have really lived up to the billing. They have quite very good players. Matilda Bless ensuring that this is a player that whenever you're doing commentary and then you see her with a ball, you will just love to watch them. So for Fit Ladies, they fared well, and I'm very much optimistic that going forward, that is next season, if they do not slack like Berry Ladies did along the line when they were very, very good at a point last season, that they were even competing with Hasaacas Ladies, and then they ended up slacking, and that this season they had to fight for their slot in order to retain in the league. I'm sure that if Fit Ladies should build from what they did this season, next season they are going to be quite a very competitive I would say competition to other teams involved in the Southern Zone. And then the other debutants for the Southern Zone.
Ahoya people.
Ahoya, Army ladies. And they were playing also at Elwak Sports Stadium. In terms of their players, they are quite good. I always love mentioning Adama Al-Hassan, and sometimes I even end up calling her Adama Traore because of how patient she is, and she's always making sure that she's there at the heart of defense, marshalling everything for them. And then in the heart of attack too, they have the likes of Zinatu Al-Hassan, they have Zainab Momuni, they have Lamioko, and then my favorite player, Patience Akere Adete, so for so that's why I'm telling you that she's my favorite player. So for Army Ladies to be led by their coach, who is an immigration officer, Norbert. He is an immigration officer. And immigration has gone to relegation, and he is with the Army side.
As you talk about him, I just wanted to see how quiet he is, and then he talks little, but how he's able to control.
The players really understand him very well. And so he has really led the girls on. At a point, they were even part of the top four, but for quite a number of reasons, of which, experience would always come to bear. You would say happens to be one of the reasons why. But they managed to be at the top five, so kudos to them as debutants. So for the Southern Zone, they have their two debutants, retaining and then getting that good performance as well. So we say kudos to them. Then you go to the Northern Zone. You take a look at debutants like Dreams. Dreams Ladies at Kumasi. Look at how lovely they are to watch. Stella Nyameche, always making sure that she gives you what you love to see. They were quite good. They were consistent. They have ensured that they did not only come to the league to add up to the numbers. They came and then they have performed. And they also came and then they ensured that they made a niche. It's always about the niche. It's always about the reputation that you put in place. And that is what Dreams Ladies have done. I'm sure they've done their corrections very well, that with time, they would be able to compete very well with Ampem Darkoa Ladies as well as the other teams involved. And then you take a look at, for Savannah FC, unfortunate. They came as debutants and they had to leave as well.
So should we go to now and then Akosia for the relegation zone ban people? How do you see from the Northern Zone, FC Savannah, and then Northern Ladies, both from the Northern region?
Well, FC Savannah made sure that going to relegation, they'll pull along one more Northern team to relegation. I was surprised that they came into the league, and it seems in the first round they were more like they are into the game and they are in the league to do something. But in the latter part of the league, you realize that they've already kissed goodbye to the Women's Premier League, and they are on the relegation zone. For Northern Ladies, it's sad because they are one of the experienced teams when it comes to women's football. And so I was so surprised that a team like Northern Ladies were not able to do their things so well, and then they had to be relegated. It's so sad. But coming into Southern Zone, Immigration Ladies, the relegation battle was drawn Yes, because all the way through the NC special tournament before the league was truncated and all that, it's been telling them that you will go to relegation if you don't take care. And unfortunately for them, they just move.
So that is it. We've seen the relegated teams, and then we've seen the debutant, how they fared into the Women's Premier League this season. I'm honored to have both coaches, Hasaacas ladies, Coach Yusuf Bazigi and Nana Adakwa here. It has been an interesting journey for these two coaches, and it seems one doesn't get antidotes to the other one. But today, there is a change, or it could be a twist, or it will be the continuation of here. I will go to Coach Yusuf Bazigi, who is defending the title. Coach, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
I can see that from all your interviews, I heard you saying you still want to go unbeaten. What is the confidence? Where is it coming from?
Well, this is a mindset right from the beginning that we are going unbeaten. And this match is no exception. Since we are going unbeaten, the year is still young. And I would say that we are still going unbeaten. The year is still young, and this one is going to climax the end of the league. So we are still playing the league.
Last year, you won by 4 goals in margin with an unanswered goal at the Medina Astroturf Park.
Yeah.
But the last time you played here at Accra Sports Stadium, it went through penalties before you were able to lift the First Ladies Cup.
Yeah.
What defense is it going to be? What preparation is going to go into this very match?
Well, that was First Ladies Cup. And for the league, I would say that Ampem Darkoa, they are not a bad side at all. So that is why they are still representing the northern sector. I have a lot of respect for them, the playing body, the technical team. Of course, my friend, my brother here is a very good coach. I respect them very well. But that notwithstanding, we are focused, and we are going by our team models. And the models are such that we don't change our principles of play, and that is what always make us come out outstanding.
Coach Nana Adakwa, I've heard you saying you have corrected your mistakes, of course. So this time around, tell us what you are bringing on board to make sure Ampem Darkoa comes back or take it away from Hasaacas, who wants to go unbeaten.
Yeah. Thank you, madam. Last year was a bad year for us, but this year we have prepared a lot. What happened last year was not good, and it was so bad for the image of the team and me as a coach. So this time we are here for business. So watch out. We are here to give my best friend a good match.
As you are saying, your best friend a good match. Your players are still intact. I have seen Ampem Darkoa play this time around, even though we haven't seen much of the Northern Zone. Ampem Darkoa, it took them the very last match day 18 before they were declared champions of the Northern Zone. How competitive was it in the Northern Zone?
The main problem was from me, because all the time I was at the prom helping my head coach Malam to build meetings.
Okay, so that national team assignment.
Yeah, because of that. Even this year, I can tell you that I went for only about 5 matches. So kudos to my assistant. He did very well this year. So together with me this match, we are going to have a good match today.
So these familiar foes, now today they are telling us they are best friends. They are going to meet again. But I want them to give themselves flowers. So to Coach Adakwa, you would tell us what about how Coach Basigi arranges the team is something that you want to applaud. And then Coach Basigi, you also tell us the kind of, when Coach Adakwa arranges his team, what is it about the team that also you want to applaud? Gustav,
Yeah, last year we all saw how Hasaacas played. They were the best team in Ghana as well as Africa. They were not lucky because going to penalties is different ball game altogether. So last year, I can tell you that Hasaacas was one of the best teams in Africa. So I always admire my friend. So, but apart from that, today.
Apart from that, your team is better
Today,
than his.
oh no, for that one, let's put that one aside. Upon all what I'm saying, today is today. He knows. He knows.
About something that sometimes you really do everything, but so you like, if I wish I had that thing, I want Ampem Darkoa.
Well, I like the way they always accept defeats and take up challenges. They always accept defeat and they come out, with a big challenge. And we are very resolute. For us, you can't push us around. After having missed something that I would say is so special about us for now, after having missed 7 key players, even this time we went unbeaten. Very interesting. Maybe people are not having it. We still went unbeaten, and we are even playing better than last year.
Are you sure?
Very sure. Because
Okay.
You just look at the what do you call it? The points builder.
Yeah.
Look at the point builder.
I can
Because
see.
a team, if not a unique team, you lose even one player, you are in trouble. We lost as many as 7
And
regular players.
we to this time
Yet
4.
4 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
4 and 7.
Okay.
So coaches, I'll start with Joe Nanadakwa.
Yeah.
Your final word before the match.
We don't have any option than to take the cup from my best friend. We don't have any option. We don't have any option.
The option will come.
Coaches Bazigi, defending champion.
Yeah.
Your final
As a
word.
Formality.
Yes.
We brought a trophy, we take it back to Accra.
So you just brought it for mere formalities?
Yeah, formalities.
Uh-huh.
And take it back to Accra. It doesn't belong to them. It belongs to Hasaacas ladies.
Okay, so we are here at the Accra Sports Stadium. This is a mere formalities for these two coaches. As you see, Bazigi is saying, they just brought the cup. They just want to show you to Ampem Darkoa, just to swap it up their face, and then they will take it back to Jendu. That is Secunde Takrade. They say the best is from the West, so they are keeping it, and they are keeping it forever. It's been interesting speaking to these coaches, and then you can see that this is it. Today, Ampem Darkoa says they want to. They have done it before. This is not the first time. They've beaten Hasaacas before. And then they have. So it's nothing new to them. They want to make sure this time around they go. Because the 4 goals they took at the Medina Astroturf Park, it's not something that they couldn't. They accepted defeat. Fine. It rained that day. And then we all know the sea is always on the west side. So when they come with the sea, at least they took it away. They left it for them. But this time around, the last time both teams played here at the Accra Sports Stadium, it was really a tough game.
But talking about the last time these teams met here, the last time they played here, they've had a bit of changes to the team. Because remember, Hasaacas ladies, some of their players have been transferred outside. And so they will today be playing with Blessing, who wasn't in the team during the last time they played in the Women's League final.
Okay. And
Doreen Copson is also in this team now. She wasn't in the other one. Success Ameya was on the bench, but today she will be starting. We have Lucy Kofi, who wasn't in the team, and Linda Ishen. At the time, she was also outside, so she wasn't in the team. Ampem Darkoa, they maintained 4 people, including their captain, Justice Trinebois, and Ophelia Sewamponsa, Tracy Chum, Comfort here, but they were all in the team last season, 4 of them who will still be in here. And the funny thing again is that last season, Milot was in the team for Hasaacas ladies. Unfortunately, she's been injured. She's been out for a while. Mavis Owusu last season was also out for a while, but this time she's back in the Ampem Darkoa team, and she's been spearheading a lot of play for the Ampem Darkoa team. And so just maybe we'll be seeing a difference today. I don't know. Maybe we'll be seeing a difference today, just as Coach Joe Adakwa has been saying that they have no option, but maybe he's forgotten the FA Cup final is also there, so that
So
could
after
be
this-
the other option.
If after this, they will have to move on to that.
But
And it's about-
unfortunately, if you win that, you don't go to Africa.
okay, that is it. But Africa, how well, it comes to this question, how well is Ampem Darkoa prepared if they should win?
Ampem Darkoa and Hasaacas, I can say on authority, are probably the only two teams in the women's league who are prepared for tournaments like that. Their structure is there. Do you, Ampem Darkoa actually, they have every structure in place. Nana has been doing a very good job with the team, to the point where they even have a feeder team that was playing in the FA Cup and actually got to, I think, the quarterfinals. So they have everything in place. I just think that when it comes to Hasaacas ladies and trophies, maybe the only team that can be beating them to trophies for now is Mamelodi Sundowns, as we saw in the CAF Champions League. Because apart from that, we are yet to see an antidote to them for a while now. Because we know that once Ampem Darkoa came into the women's game, once they started saying that we also want to be champions, they did win too. One, they played against Hasaacas and actually won that. But then they've not been able to do that ever again. And ever since then, they meet Hasaacas ladies, and Hasaacas ladies are able to get the best out of them, not to get the best out of them.
Yeah.
And so today, we know that these players that we have been seeing for some time now, that's whether it's Grace Banwa. And interestingly, do you know that Janet, if Hasaacas ladies win the trophy today, she'll be the only player in Hasaacas to have won all the trophies that they have won.
I think so. And I'm seeing the goal scorer who scored 2 goals at Medina. That is Doris Boedua, still in there. And then she was looking sharp this season. I have seen Doris Boedua in and out. And then the kind of player she is, very resolute. And then you can't take chances when she is in and around the box.
I think sometimes when she's playing, we like to say, oh, she's too soft. But whenever she is playing, we do see her impact in the game. Success Ameya, and the fact that Coach Yusuf Basigi, right after the CAF Women's Champions League, she had Azuma Bugri, she had Evelyn Bedu, Perpetual, she had all of them.
They are
had
gone.
All of them going, but then he's been able to get replacements that doesn't even make you feel like they've lost any place, whether it was in the midfield. Because usually I thought that Azuma Bugri controlled their midfield for them. And ever since she's been gone, they have still maintained the high level that they have. At first, I was thinking maybe the clubs do respect Hasaacas too much just because they went to Africa. But getting to the 17th, 18th match, I was like, okay, Hasaacas ladies are just a good team. You look at the players, you look at the man in charge of the team, and he actually understands what women football is about.
Talking about that, you see, basically has been with the team for almost 19 years. Like she has been in the existence for 19 years for women's football.
She was coaching both the men and the women's team at a point in time.
So it's just like he is the Alex Ferguson of Hasaacas ladies. And if you are talking about that, is it because of the experience they had from WAFU to the CAF level? Is it that the reason why they are unbeatable when it comes to our local league?
Coach Yusuf Basigi has been able to get a lot of development, a lot of education on how to coach women football. And so it's a lot that he's been able to do now. It's a lot that he's been able to achieve with the team. And he does it so well. with so much swag that you understand that, okay, this is a man that we actually need to start learning from how to coach a successful female team here in Ghana. But today's game, lots of the time you have a lot of hopes for the opposing team, and last year it ended 4-0, maybe because it was at the Medina AstroTurf. Today is here. Another exciting game for us that we are just hoping for.
It's an exciting game that we will be witnessing here at the Accra Sports Stadium, the nation Wembley. It's the finale of the Northern Zone and then the Southern Zone, which just to be this friendly, which is Hasaacas and then Ampem Darkoa. It's going to be an interesting 45 minutes, and then we will have to make sure we watch and then entertain ourselves here at the Accra Sports Stadium. But for now, for the first 45 minutes, I will be handing over to Esther Abankwa and Nabadina in the commentary position. We'll see you in the next 45 minutes. I'm Nafisa Fatal.
Here we are, the end game of the 7th season of the Ghana Women's Premier League. Two of the biggest names in Ghana women football. The dominant force in the Northern Zone, two-time champions, Ampem Darkoa ladies, against the Southern Zone masters in perfection with 4 titles, Hasaacas ladies. It is the finals of true champions, but only one will get a title today. Who will the odds favor? Good afternoon to you, wherever you are joining us around the country and beyond. This is Accra Sports Stadium, Ghana. I am Esther Abankwa and I'm being accompanied by Na Bedina. We are pleased to welcome you to the finals of the Ghana Women's Premier League 2022. Taking a look at the starting lineup for Hasaacas ladies in goal post, they have the likes of Grace Banwa, Janet Ejiri, Blessing Agomaji, Doreen Kopson, Faustina Nyami Edu, Veronica Apia, Doris Boedua, Success Amia, Comfort Owusu, Lucy Kofi, and Linda Eshen for their starting lineup. And they've opted for the 4-2-3-1 formation. And their coach is Yusuf Bazigi. They have the likes of Dinah, Linda Obianuju, Francisca Asante, Laurentia Yabua, Faustina Nyameche, as well as Veronica Kumaba on their bench. They are defending champions, and here they are back at the Accra Sports Stadium to see if they would be able to defend their title. Ampem Darkoa ladies, back-to-back finalists. They have the likes of Safiatu Salifu, Justice Treneboa, Mavis Owusu, Anastasia Echa, Victoria Osei, Ophelia Sewa Amponsa, Tracy Chum, Comfort Yeboa, Owusu Elizabeth, Abena Anoma Opoku, and then Grace Echampo for their starting lineup. And they've opted for the 4-4-2 diamond formation as well. On their bench, they have the likes of Fatima Ej, Latifa, Jacqueline, Mary Amponsa, Mabel, as well as Deborah, Victoria Banfo, Charity Akuma, and then Jennifer Owusua for their bench. Their coach, the famous Nana Darkoa, is also here in order to ensure that this time around he is able to make it and ensure that he is not defeated as he has been done to in the previous seasons. Temperature 30 degrees Celsius, quite very good for conducive association football. It's going to be quite an engaging encounter with both sides looking forward to ensure that they win the title and make it to the penultimate, which happens to be CAF Women's Champions League. A slot is waiting that any side that ends up emerging victorious would indeed represent Ghana at the CAF Women's Champions League for this season. But which of these teams would it be? We saw Hasaacas ladies making it to the derby, or perhaps the maiden edition of it that was hosted last year, and they did well in order to emerge as third best. Here they are at the Accra Sports Stadium, the grand finale of the Ghana Women's Premier League for 2021-2022 season. Who are the odds favoring? It's not going to be an easy encounter at all, and I'm very much optimistic. Taking a look at what the respective coaches have said prior to this game, that they were going to ensure that they give their best. They were going to ensure that they make it not as one of the normal finals, but perhaps one of the unique ones, that they are going to give their best with the teams involved, and then ensuring that this is what women's football is all about. This is what women's football has done to the country, and this is how far women's football has indeed projected Ghana, of course, for the continent as well as global indeed. Now, Bedina, what are your expectations?
Well, like you said, we need to witness a final that many would love to witness as well. We've seen both teams played on several occasions when it comes to playing for trophies. But today, we want them to give us a very good game, a different ball game altogether. It is Ampem Darkoa against Hasaacas ladies, the continent's second best team. And so we want to witness a very good game here. And I believe that both teams know what is at stake, because for this, when you win, you get to represent Ghana on the continental level. You want to prove that, yes, indeed, I am qualified to play in the CAF Women's Champions League. If Hasaacas should win this match, then they will be the second team to witness to participate in the CAF Women's Champions League from Ghana, and so they will be doing that too successively. And then if Ampem Darkoa wins, it's going to be a very good and a big news for them, because they've been waiting and waiting to do this.
Helena Williams is the match commissioner who is ushering the two teams involved onto the pitch. And here you have in your shots the players of both sides as they look forward to indeed not only audition themselves for the impending and the 20 Women's World Cup that Ghana has qualified, but then again, in terms of making it to the CAF Women's Champions League, who would it be? Taking a look at the center referee for today, we have Rita Watson in Kansa. She's a prison officer. She would be assisted by the likes of Abigail Abanga and then Kumedro Gloria Sena and then Rejoice Adokwe. These are the respective officials for today's encounter. And here they are in your shots, well poised, leading them, and in order to ensure that the formalities are made for all the sides involved. And you have there the chairperson for the Women's Premier League Management Committee, Madam Hilary Watson in your shots. She's been assisted by her able vice in the person of Madam Rosalind Amu, who is equally the vice chair for the Ghana Women's Premier League as well. And then DCOP Lydia Donko as well in your shots, and she is here. The formalities being said with captains of both sides introducing their respective teammates to them, and they are well poised, well ready. And it is Justice Cheneboa, the captain of Ampem Darkoa ladies, who is taking the initiative of introducing her teammates to the dignitaries here at the Accra Sports Stadium. In case you just tuned in, this is a live coverage of the Ghana Women's Premier League for the 2022 season, the grand finale. And interestingly, here we have Hasaacas ladies, their diminutive captain, very important in terms of defense, Janet Ejiri, leading the dignitaries, introducing her side as well to them. What a KG encounter. Was it going to be a repeat, or was it going to be a revenge?
Well, Esther, I think this match is going to be about the two national teams that has been divided into two for them to play. Because when you look at Hasaacas ladies team, you realize that you have goalkeeper Grace Banwa, who is with the national team, the U20 team, Janet Ejiri, part of the senior national team. I think always I used to say that when you want to give a call up to any senior national team player, she's the first person you put her name down before you look for the rest for her, because arguably she is the most consistent and dependable player the Black Queens in recent times you can boast of. And so it's more like the national team players that have been divided into two to play. I'm very positive that we are going to witness a very good game here. Trust me, they know what is at stake. It is the Champions League that we are talking about. The Champions League that made Hasaacas ladies known to the entire world. That is what we are talking about. Hasaacas ladies will be looking out to make sure that yes, they are there for the second time. And then Ampem Darkoa ladies, we also want to note that it is not only Hasaacas ladies that are good when it comes to women's football in Ghana. We are also there. We've also won the league for twice, and so we also know how to do it. Even the Northern Zone, we've been winning, and so today it is a time to make a mark. We need to announce ourselves once again that yes, indeed, we are back, and we are back for good. And so this match is really, really going to be one of a kind.
Confirmation of the officials for today's encounter on your screens, and we have the center referee, of course, to be Watson Rita in Kansa. Hasaacas ladies, a smile we go do. Would they be able to do it? Would they be able to replicate what they did last season? And if you are looking for those that have won the title for quite a number of times, then it is Hasaacas ladies. And here they are in your shots. This is Ampem Darkoa ladies in thatch of blue with stripes of white in it. That is for Ampem Darkoa ladies. And then we have four Hasaacas ladies. They have the army green, and they are quiet, indeed very ready. Prior to this game, I really loved what much of them said in reference to it and how ready they are. Bless and shine, Janet Ejiri. They are going to man Marshall and, of course, be very efficient in the heart of defense for Hasaacas ladies. And we have here the coach of Hasaacas ladies, Yusuf Bazigi, in your shorts. And this is a coach, a real coach, a coach that has won quite a lot of trophies for Hasaacas ladies, a coach that has been in charge of Hasaacas ladies for almost 2 decades. What? Quite a very good record. Coach in your short, Nana Joe Adakwa as well for Ampem Darkoa ladies, one of the experienced coaches that we have, who is ready to ensure that this time around he gets a revenge over his familiar foes, that is Hasaacas ladies. But how feasible is it going to be? The Ghana Women's Premier League, which had its inaugural season way back in the 2012, had Hasaacas ladies beaten Fabulous ladies by 2-1 in order to ensure that they win this encounter by getting the inaugural title for the Ghana Women's Premier League. They are 4-time champions. They went through this season without a defeat. The invincible era, they have found that record here in Ghana. That is the Fubé side that did not lose a single game prior to the finals. If they manage to win it, then their record would be completed. Final hurdles been said by all the sides involved. They have been motivated both from the technical dugouts of the two sides involved, looking forward to ensure that they get the needed motivation, the needed inspiration, the needed morale to get into this game. In few seconds, I'm sure affairs get underway here at the Accra Sports Stadium following the whistle from the center referee. And it is Hasaacas ladies who are playing from the left side at the Accra Sports Stadium, with Ampem Darkoa ladies playing on the right. Doris Bwedua, Veronica Apia, would they be able to get the first goal? And they nearly replicated what they did to them at the Medina Astroturf when they met for last season's grand finale. It was quite a very early attack, or perhaps a counter one in the heart of defense for Ampem Darkoa ladies, with a combination of passes from their two little forwards, Doris Bwedua and then Veronica Apia. This is how it began, where they failed to control the ball. Doris Bwedua capitalizing on that error and then placing a pass through to Veronica Apia, who wasn't able to find her rhythm because she seemed to have lost her footing in the process.
Exactly, because from commentary position, you see clearly that the player did not touch it at all. It is too early, but I want to say that Veronica Apia needs to be very serious and make sure that she carries the day for Hasaacas ladies, because in the league we have seen situations whereby she has gotten an opportunity one-on-one or 1v1 situation and she still missed it. And so this is the final. This is the match that when you win, you get to qualify your team to the CAF Women's Champions League. Let's play, get aside of your mind and make sure that you go for the kill. It is too early for her to start dramatizing.
Goal kick advantage given to Ampem Darkoa ladies, and the keeper in the person of Safia to Salifu sent a long one in the heart of midfield, being strangled for with Doran Cobson winning the ball, trying to place a pass through to Veronica, but it goes out for a throwing advantage that will be effected for Hasaacas ladies. And it's Hasaacas ladies' success. Amir here with early advantage, but she has been flagged offside. That was where the infringement was given to Ampem Darkoa ladies. Quite a very good attempt seeing a player of Hasaacas ladies currently on the pitch. It's the grand finale of the Ghana Women's Premier League, which is live on Max TV. This happens to be the 7th edition of it. So for us, it had its inaugural one way back in 2012. And the inaugural one saw Hasaacas ladies winning it. Would they be able to do and replicate same performance? And the 2013-2014 season as well, Hasaacas ladies managed to beat Fabulous ladies by 5-3 on penalties. Swinging into the 18-yard box of Ampem Darkoa ladies, cleared very beautifully by Justice Trenebois as they tried to string passes together. Doris Bedua going in for that tackle, but she wasn't able to get it. It was Ampem Darkoa ladies stringing passes together. A long one sent in looking for the run of Owusu Elizabeth, but it goes out for a throw-in advantage to Hasaacas ladies. Linda is sent for Hasaacas ladies. She effects the throw quickly. It goes out after Doreen Copsey was trying to control it, of which she wasn't able to. The advantage with this tomorrow go to Ampem Darkoa ladies. Swung into the 18-yard box, cleared by Linda Ishent, still in the heart of midfield. Doris Bedua for Hasaacas ladies. Making a surging run, placing a pass through, and it's a follow-up which goes wide, smashed away, so uncharacteristic. From Veronica Appiah, she is the little striker up front. She used to get the goals for them, but for this one, it was quite not one of the best efforts at all.
Well, the run from Bedua was very swift. She knows what she was doing. She knew when to give the pass to a player. Unfortunately, Veronica Appiah wasn't ready. Well, the player from Ampem Darkoa intercepted the ball. You got the ball right in front of you. The technique she used was way above her own intelligence. And I think next time she needs to be very, very careful and make sure that she executes it well. Like I keep saying, in Nigeria, Bayelsa Queens have won the league, meaning they will be representing Nigeria next season in the CAF Women's Champions League this time around. And so Hasaacas needs to be very careful.
Goal kick advantage. Ampem Darkoa ladies quickly affected by Safia 2. Veronica Appiah, Doreen Copson. Won by a champion Grace. A pass placed through looking for Elizabeth Owusu, but goalkeeper Grace Banwa comes out another to clear the lines for Hasaacas ladies. And it is Linda Shem winning this 50-50 ball, very beautifully placed in a pass through Doris Bedua. Doris Bedua making a surging run into the 18-yard box. She sends across through, but Safia to reach through the line and clears the lines as well for Ampem Darkoa ladies. They are looking forward to count on the runs of the pacey player, Doris Bedua. But how feasible is it going to be for them? This is how she managed to go through, despite all that she was a bit marked and placing this cross through, looking for Veronica Appiah for her to convert, but it didn't yield.
Well, when she got to the latter part of the, she refused to raise up her head to know that a player is standing there, and that is what made her give that pass.
It is Ampem Darkoa ladies with that opportunity. Mavis Owusu, she nearly had a better side of blessing. And they get to win the throw-in at a very good position. Interesting stuff, end-to-end action. Both sides very, very good on the ball so far. Comfort Yeboah sent it into the 18-yard box, but it would be a goal kick advantage with Grace Banwa to effect it for Hasaacas ladies. It's a grand finale. One of these would be crowned champions. It's Hasaacas ladies who are the defending champions of this trophy for last season. having beaten Ampem Darkoa ladies by 4-0 in order to win it. Doreen Cobson dispossessed. Elizabeth Osu, Tracy Chum. Sawa Ophelia. Twisting, wrangling through. Been well marked by Success Amir. It goes back to Anastasia Echan. Looking a long one for Elizabeth Owusu. She manages to pick, sent a delivery into the 18-yard box, but it eludes all her players. Picked very soon by Doris Wedua. Quite an interesting game with end-to-end stuff. This is what we love to see, and that is why we call it the finals of true champions. Janet Ejuri effect, and they win another advantage. Doreen Cobson. Comfort Owusu. Tracy Chum. Elizabeth Owusu. A very good pass placed through to Sawa Ophelia. Will she be able to get it? She does, but she's been fiercely marked by Lucy Kofi. And it's still Ampem Darkoa ladies who are stringing their passes together. Anastasia Echan doing it lovely. Sent across into the 18-yard box. A shot on target, but it will be an easy catch for Grace Banwa. Glimpses of good performance so far from the sides involved. And look at how they managed to string those passes together. Done beautifully by a champion Grace to locate Anastasia Echan, who equally sent a long one to Ophelia Sewa Amponsa. Doris Wedua dispossessed beautifully by Victoria Osei. Sewa Ophelia left it for Tracy Chum. And a first Ampem Darkoa ladies. Sent into the 18-yard box, but blocked by Success Amir for the first corner kick advantage to go in the favor of Ampem Darkoa ladies. Elizabeth Owusu sweeps us into the 18-yard box, headed, and the advantage is given to Hasaacas ladies. Officials in the dugouts of Ampem Darkoa ladies seem not to be quite happy with the rate at which the center referee seemed to be giving perhaps every advantage to Hasaacas ladies.
Well, so far so good. Under 11 minutes, we've witnessed a very beautiful game here. This is what we were vying for. This is what we were anticipating. And I believe that this is what every Ghanaian is looking out for. This is what the continent is looking out for, because we want the best to represent Ghana. And so these two teams have shown that they are here to play for the sport that we are all good. But for officiating, I think the referee needs to stand out in this particular game to give us the best that we are looking for. She needs to make sure that you get the right calls, because it's as if most of the calls that she is giving is not appropriate.
Advantage, Ampem Darkoa ladies. Victoria Osei sent a long one in air, headed by Sawa Ophelia. It's a goal. But unfortunately for Ampem Darkoa ladies, it has been ruled offside. Calls not been accepted, not only in the dugouts, but equally not been accepted by the supporters here at the Accra Sports Stadium. They feel that it's a clean goal that they have scored but have been disallowed. This is the grand finale that every call made by officials would have a very effect on the league, on the grand finale. And these are some of the things that we do not love to see.
Well, earlier on I spoke about the decisions from the referee. I think she had this one wrong, and she should she should be helped by Alliance Women, because calling this one off in a clear goal like that is really worrying. But I believe that both teams know how to psych themselves up. They should still continue to give us the good game we want to witness here.
Corner kick for Ampem Darkoa ladies. They've scored a goal, but it was ruled offside. Corner kick effected, sent into the 18-yard box, cleared, punched away by Grace Banwa, and followed up goal side netting. It will be a goal kick advantage. Less than 40 minutes of action, and it is the grand finale of the Ghana Women's Premier League. A clash between four-time champions Hasaacas ladies and two-time champions Ampem Darkoa ladies. An interesting game, and that effort coming in, of course, from Tracy Chum of Ampem Darkoa ladies. Grace Banwa headed, won by Janet Ejri, and advantage once again is given to Hasaacas ladies. Sent in the heart of midfield, Victoria Osei, won by Success Amir. A throw advantage it would be for Ampem Darkoa ladies. A short one taken, won by Doris Bwedua as they try to set forward. One dispossessed beautifully. Tracy Chum for Ampem Darkoa ladies. Grace Champon, back to Tracy Chum again, looking for the run of Ophelia Sewaba, headed away by Linda Ishen, but it could only go as far as where Doris Bwedua is, for the advantage to be given to Ampem Darkoa ladies. Comfort Yeboah gets ready, effected for Ampem Darkoa ladies, but it eludes everybody and goes to Grace Banwa for a goal kick advantage to Hasaacas ladies. A grand finale that needs to produce a winner, but who would it be? In the heart of midfield, Doreen Copson, Victoria Osei, Mavis Owusu. Advantage given to Linda Ishen for Hasaacas ladies. And here it is where the advantage was rather given after the battle between Owusu, Mavis, and then Linda Ishen. It will be quite an interesting game. A game that I'm sure will produce less number of goals. Taking a look at how both sides have been very, very strategic and meticulous in their approach. Swung in very swiftly by Abena Anoma Opoku, headed in by Tracy Chum, cleared off the lines by Janet Ejri, Doreen Copson, and Safiatu. It's effected, headed back by Success Amir, and advantage given to Veronica Apia for Hasaacas ladies. We are having quite nervy moments in the early minutes of the game. And just to also let you know that it's a grand finale that is made possible kind courtesy of IMAX Media. This year's Women's Premier League was televised on TV. an initiative that is very commendable and must be indeed applauded. The Ghana Football Association, for their efforts, together with the sponsors that came on board, Betway, among others, that indeed ensure that they help to project Women's League for this season. Defected, a long one taken, pushed away and nearly. Penalty given to Hasaacas ladies. Penalty given to Hasaacas ladies. The referee believes that Safiatu fouled Veronica Appiah in the process. This is how it happened. And the referee pointing to the spot kick. Taken. And it's a goal. Success. Ameya puts Hasaacas ladies in the lead here at the Accra Sports Stadium. The grand finale of the Ghana Women's Premier League, which is live on Max TV. A success. Ameya getting the first goal for Hasaacas ladies from the sports kick.
Well, they are in front now. When Hasaacas ladies called, it will be a very tall wall for you to climb, and that is what that is the wall in front of Ampem Darkoa ladies to do now. And let's see how they react, because they also have an equally good coach on the bench, a coach that in 2016 qualified a team to the Ghana Premier League as well. And so let's not say anything now for now, because it is Ampem Darkoa ladies who are also equally good when it comes to playing in the finals.
Goal kick advantage. It would be Safiatu sends a long one in, cleared by Doreen Copson, followed up Doris Boydua, and she gets an advantage for Hasaacas ladies.
Well, that was the foul or the infringement on Doris Boydua, and then they've gotten another chance. Whether they can still go on to score or not, it is Doreen Copson, one player that have said that if Hasaacas team will dominate play today, it will depend on her. She is behind the ball, she strike, but this one too feeble for goalkeeper of Ampem Darkoa ladies.
Safiatu, Doreen Copson, Doris Boydua, wrangling around Doris Boydua, giving to Blessing, Success Amie, but it would be a goal kick advantage. Well, taken well by Comfort Yeboah, Justice Trinebois, and Ampem Darkoa ladies. Success Amie. Sewa Ophelia is penalized by the center referee. Ampem Darkoa ladies are trailing after 21 minutes of action. Doris Boydua, Success Amie, looking for the run of Veronica. Goalkeeper Safiatu comes out to clear the lines for Ampem Darkoa ladies. Headed further away by Anastasia Yechan. Well placed by Grace Champo. Looking for the run of Mavis Owusu. It was quite too much of a job that she was requesting for Mavis Owusu. The grand finale of the Ghana Women's Premier League. Ampem Darkoa ladies are the defending champions. This is a side that has indeed proven itself being at the apex of affairs. Seem to quite be very good with what they do and have proven that given any opportunity at all, they would excel. They went to Africa, that is in the CAF Women's Champions League, And they ended up as third best. Had a very good side. Goal kick for Hasaacas ladies. They are already leading. And they get an advantage. Hasaacas ladies, last year they won the Ghana Women's Premier League, they won the Women's FA Cup, the Wafu Zone B title, they equally won the Women's Super League Cup, they won the First Ladies Cup as well. Corner kick advantage to Ampem Darkoa ladies. Headed away to safety by the captain of the side, Janet Ejiri. And Comfort Yabua. Sent into the 18-yard box, but Grace Banwa grabs very beautifully. At the CAF Women's Champions League, the maiden edition, Hasaacas ladies, that was hosted way back in Egypt, Hasaacas ladies managed to ensure that they did their best as well by winning silver at the maiden edition. 25 minutes of action, Hasaacas ladies leading. Goal scored from the sports kick by Success Amir after Veronica Appiah was fouled in the process. Converted beautifully, of course, by Success Amir. Interesting game. Tracy Chum. They need to come from behind Sewophilia, but Blessing Shine, as is often said, safety first, had to clear the lines for a corner kick advantage, another one to be effected by Ampem Darkoa ladies. The likes of Mavis Owusu Elizabeth, all of them lurking with intent in the 18-yard box of Hasaacas ladies. Headed, but goalkeeper Grace Banwa swiftly grabs it. Very good for Hasaacas. They are indeed a pride of women's football. A penalty given to Ampem Darkoa ladies. Captain of Hasaacas ladies, Janet Ejiri, not happy, not satisfied, protesting very, very vigorously to the official. It was swung in by Tracy Chum, well composed and placed by Mavis Owusu for Sewa Ophelia. And that is where the spot kick was pointed to by the center official. Quite an intriguing game here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Indeed, it's a grand finale of the true champions. Comfort Owusu is behind as she goes one-on-one against Grace Banwa, and she converts beautifully. 26 minutes of action, and it is 1-1. Hasaacas ladies 1, Ampem Darkoa ladies 1, and both goals were scored from the spot kick.
This is Comfort Yabua for you. Arguably one of the best, or if not the best, U20 lateral right foot defender. Then I don't know what to say. She knows how to do stuff. When she takes free kicks, when she takes corner kicks, and then penalty shootout. Look at the celebration. When you go to Techimon, the people love to call her John Boy, and this is one of the reasons why they love to call her that.
She is a master of set pieces. She has done it a very good, perfectly well done. And it's game on. 1-1 apiece. Indeed, finals of the true champions. Victorious say. And it goes to Grace Banwa. What we love to see, and that is what we are seeing. A champion Grace. Success Samie, headed in by Veronica Appiah. And it would be an advantage that has been awarded to Hasaacas ladies by the official. The grand finale of the Ghana Women's Premier League. The winner of this competition will represent Ghana at the CAF Women's Champions League. Swung in as she was looking for Doris Boedua, but it eludes everybody. That effort there by Faustina Nyami Edu. Goal kick for Ampem Darkoa ladies. Safiatu. It's game on. 1-1 apiece. All goals scored from the sport kick. Ophelia Sewa, lovely control set. Doris Boedua being fiercely marked by Comfort Owusu. She wins that. Linda Eshan has to come in. And she lifts it back to her goalkeeper, Grace Banwa. 30 minutes of action. And advantage won by Doris Boedua for Hasaacas ladies. These are sides that had quite very good players in the last season's grand finale. The likes of Doris, Evelyn Bedu, Comfort Owusu with that surgeon run and that timely intervention by Anastasia Cha. Justice Trinebois. Success Amir gets a hand to the ball in the process. Safiatu Salifu. Success Amir slipped and ended up having a touch on the ball. One apiece. Victoria Say taken very swift, looking for Tracy Chum, won by Janet Adjiri. Sewa Ophelia. Opportunity, Mavis Owusu, but Janet Adjiri once again, the dependable, diminutive, good defender, clears the lines for Hasaacas ladies.
When Hasaacas ladies team is not clicking, be sure for one thing. A player like Janet Adjiri is never going to have a bad game. And look at that. She's making sure that their back line is very clean to, to deny Ampem Darkoa of any chance of scoring again.
A throw advantage to Ampem Darkoa ladies. Anastasia Echa. And Hasaacas ladies would get this advantage. Hasaacas ladies played 18 matches this season without a defeat. They conceded only 10 goals out of 18 matches, and they scored as many as 39 goals. Quite a very good record, an invincible era. In terms of women's football, a side has done that, but it will be well done if only they are crowned champions. Janet Adjiri, Comfort Yeboah, Ophelia. Janet Adjiri follows up. Doreen Copson. Well plays given to Doris Boedua as she's been fiercely marked by Mavis Owusu. As she manages to clear the lines, get the ball off the feet of Doris Boedua, Comfort Yeboah. And she did it very lovely. She knows how swift and how slippery Doris Boedua can be. No wonder she's not ready to have any of it. Look at how she came in with that sliding tackle. Veronica Appiah swung in, gotten by Doris Boedua, tipped away by Comfort Yeboah. Success Samir, Comfort Owusu, and they get an advantage. Ampem Darkoa ladies, out of 80 matches that they played for this season, managed their very possible best to win 12 of those matches. They drew 3 of the matches and lost 3 of them, but they scored as many as 45 goals. It tells you how lethal they are up front, and no wonder they have made quite a lot of surgeon runs, a lot of attacks in the heart of defense of Hasaacas ladies. Comfort Owusu, won by Ophelia. Very good surgeon run there, being done by Justice Trinebois, the captain of the side, as she placed a pass through to Ophelia, who couldn't control it. But it's back to Ophelia once again, as she tries to place a pass through, but Grace Banwa comes out and other to get it very quick. 35 minutes of action. This is a season that has produced quite a number of goals, as many goals as possible, both in the northern and the southern zone. Anastasia Echan. Linda Echan could not get it, won beautifully by Owusuwa Elizabeth. Taken back to Victoria Osei, who tries a long-range effort there, but it goes wide. The grand finale of the Ghana Women's Premier League. An encounter that is a beauty to behold, a rarity, something that you wouldn't get at all. The season has been quite very interesting. A season that has produced as many as 486 goals, both for the southern and the northern zone. Mavis Owusu, won by Bless and Shine. Back to Ophelia. Ophelia, she does that very lovely, but cleared away once again by Bless and Shine. It goes out for a throw-in advantage to Ampem Darkoa ladies. Anastasia Echan, goalkeeper. Tracy Chum, but cleared away by Janet Ejiri. Interesting battle between Janet Ejiri and Tracy Chum. And on the other hand, too, we have the interesting battle between Comfort Owusu, Comfort Yeboah, and then Doris Boedua. What an interesting game.
I mean, they are all national team players, and so if we meet at national and we do great job, when we come to our various teams, we need to do that job for them as well. And so nobody wants to be scored and then be teased when they go to the national camp. That is why you are seeing them play like that. Besides, they all know what is at stake here.
So swung into the 18-yard box by Tracy Chum. Owusuwa Elizabeth sent it back, and they get an infringement. They nearly had the lead. Hasaacas ladies have really done well for the southern zone for this season to go 18 matches without a defeat. They won 14 of the matches and drew 4 of them. What an incredible, what an impeccable performance by Hasaacas ladies. Taken, and the advantage would be given to Hasaacas ladies once again. It has not been quite a very smooth finish for both sides. They have conceded, they have looked vulnerable in the heart of defense, and it has indeed reflected in this game. The coach of Ampem Darkoa ladies, Joe Nana Darkoa, has indicated that he wants a revenge. Mavis Owusu, headed away by Blessing Shine, followed up by Sewa Ophelia, but it goes out. Sewa Ophelia used to partner with Sonia Opoku, but Sonia Opoku has left the shores of Ghana, and Sewa Ophelia, the mantle has been handed over to her. And this season, she has been the top scorer for Ampem Darkoa ladies. She has scored 11 goals so far for Ampem Darkoa ladies. Doris Bwedua. A through pass placed in, but cleared very beautifully by Abena Anoma Opoku. Doris Bwedua on the pitch in a very state of discomfort, with her hands to her chest as her teammates try to get closer before the paramedics also come onto the pitch in order to attend to her. The grand finale of the Ghana Women's Premier League. It's live on Max TV. Hasaacas ladies have won the trophy on 4 occasions. They won it in the 2012-2013 season. They equally won it again the subsequent season, that was in 2014-2015. They won it again in 2021. And they have done it very beautifully. Ampem Darkoa ladies, on the other hand, are 2-time champions of the Ghana Women's Premier League. They managed to win it in the 2015-2016 season and the 2017-2018 season as well. They equally won it. They are here looking for their 3rd title. Wow! Hasaacas ladies are looking for their 5th title.
Well, I want to talk about Hasaacas ladies and then the number of goals they scored in this season. I'm a little bit surprised because this season their strikers hasn't really been potent, but they scored as many as 39 goals. It tells you that any player at all on the field for Hasaacas ladies can score, and so they don't need the strikers to do that for them. Gone were the days they depend on the certain striker, Milo Tupokwa. Today she's not here, but the winger that they have in the person of Doris Bwedua have been doing the job for them this season. Veronica Apia hasn't really been consistent, and I think that has been one of the reasons why in this particular match they are struggling a little bit to score goals. If she should stand on the ground and make sure that when she gets the ball she's going to keep her composure and make sure that she scores, I think they are really going to have the better side of Ampem Darkoa ladies.
Veronica Apia left it very beautifully for Comfort Owusu, and won quite admirably by Victoria Osei. Comfort Owusu for Hasaacas ladies, headed away by Abena Anoma Opoku. Success Amir, Lucy Kofi. Doris Bwedua back, ready to continue with the game. Abena Anoma Opoku seemed to have picked a knock in her effort to get the ball off the lines of Lucy Kofi. Very good tackle. Comfort Usu. Goal kick to Ampem Darkoa ladies. Tracy Chu. She decides to go for the one-on-one with Linda Eshen, who slips in the process. Tracy Chu. But Janet Edry, Doreen Copson, Linda Eshen recovers, lifts it back for Doreen Copson, who is making quite a surging run as she awaits support. Success Samir, back to Doreen Copson. But it goes as far as where Safia to Salifu, the goalkeeper of Ampem Darkoa ladies, is. Well delivered, Sewa Ophelia. And Mavis Owusu in the 18-yard box as she awaits support is swinging. Oh, missed by a Wesker. Owusuwa Elizabeth has missed the opportunity to put Ampem Darkoa ladies in the lead. Look at how Mavis Owusu had the ball through from Sewa Ophelia. She took her time, timed her run as she awaits support, and the surging run made by Owusuwa Elizabeth, she was well fed. A very good pass. She raised her head, placed the pass through to Owusuwa Elizabeth, but she couldn't convert it.
Well, Mavis, these are things you need to expect from players like Mavis Owusu. She was part of that squad that Coach Mercy Tego Kwaku assembled to defend the Waffle Zombie trophy we won somewhere in 2018. In 2019, she was part of the team that won the bronze. And so I believe that this lady has gotten a lot of experience. The pace that she has, she makes good use of it.
Sewa Ophelia. Mavis Owusu plays through once again to Elizabeth Owusu. And it's flagged offside.
Well, I think Coach Yusuf Bazigi needs to read the game very well because Blessing and then Elizabeth Owusu Blessing and Elizabeth Owusu were teammates at Sea Lions before both players left the team, and so they've played couple of time for a couple of seasons, and so they know each other very well. Making Blessing to handle a player like Elizabeth is really going to cost you. Make sure that Janet Ejiri will be the person to mark Elizabeth to frustrate her from scoring. Look at that chance again. I think it was good that Janet really got closer to her. Other than that, Elizabeth was going to score them.
Stringing of passes beautifully done by Sewa Ophelia, Tracy Chum. A pass placed through looking for Comfort Owusu, but it goes out for a goal kick advantage. 2 minutes of added time here at the Accra Sports Stadium, the grand finale of the Ghana Women's Premier League, and it is live on Max TV. Safiatu Salifu. Won by Success Amir. Abena places through Mavis Owusu. And Elizabeth Owusu with that dancing feet as she goes past Faustina Nyami Edu. Janet Ejiri, the captain of Hasaacas ladies, a splendid captain that has won it all with her side. Anastasia Echan, but it goes out. Quite an interesting game. It's been very interesting right from the blast of the whistle. Both sides have looked vulnerable defensively, but they've picked up the pieces and managed to get goal apiece. The first half ends White City 1. And it's Ampem Darkoa ladies 1, Hasaacas ladies 1. Both goals were scored from the sport kick. Second half, opportunity for the respective technical teams to once again have the chance to have a word with their girls and once again reiterate their tactics to them. Success Amir converted beautifully for Hasaacas ladies from the sport kick. And Comfort Yeboah, on the other hand, equally converted very admirably from the sport kick as well for Ampem Darkoa ladies. So first half ends began with quite a lot of surging runs being made by the pacey Doris Boedua to set up Veronica up here. And that effort going wide. We saw the beautiful dancing feet being exhibited by the likes of a Champon Grace, placed through to Anastasia Echa, and then Mavis Owusu coming in with that attempt, been well saved. Continued, Linda Eche, Success Amir, and Victoria Osei, and this goal scored by Ampem Darkoa ladies after Victoria Osei has placed it through to Sewa Ophelia, who equally fed Elizabeth Owusu. What is disallowed? It was flagged offside, an action that caused a lot of stir. It continued in earnest with quite a lot of incursions being made. Doris Boedua coming in with his efforts, being well saved by Safia 2. Veronica Apia followed. She was caught by the goalkeeper Safia 2. And then Success Amir had to convert after the sport kick had been awarded to Hasaacas ladies. Despite trailing, Ampem Darkoa ladies were not sluggish. They continued looking for those opportunities, and that is where they equally had a penalty kick, well converted by Comfort Yeboah, and she came through with this lovely celebration. The John Boy of Ghana women's football. After equalizing, they went out again, looking another to lead. And this is where Mavis Owusu came in with that well-composed pass to Elizabeth Owusu, who couldn't convert. So first half ends. Ampem Darkoa ladies 1, Hasaacas ladies 1. Over to Nafisa as well as Akosieje for pitch-side discussion.
Imagine the freezing power of the Arctic, conveniently packaged in a box in your house. That's the Chick Fridge range. With its digital controls, sensitive digital sensors, unmatched humidity control, unbelievable space, and 4D uniform cooling ability. The extremely energy efficient Chick Fridge gives you ice cold freshness every day. Its low frost technology makes it easier to clean, and it has space for assorted items, both large and small. Experience extreme cooling convenience in fridges. Experience Chick range of fridges sold at TCL showrooms nationwide, or log on to www.chiqghana.com or call us on 0596 913 298 or 0596 913 320 for more details. Chick, make your imagination fly.
headphones are commonly employed in situations in which levels of surrounding noise are high, as in an airplane or where a user, such as a switchboard operator, needs to keep the hands free, or where the listener is moving about or wants to listen to music without disturbing others. We have with us the IMAX wireless headphones. Out of the box, the package comes with a wireless headset, a charging cable, an aux cable, and a manual which you must always read before use. The features and benefits are: it has a 5.0 Bluetooth connectivity, a battery strength of 300 mAh, a 30mm speaker, transmission range of 10 meters with a 2.4 GHz transmission frequency, and a talk time of 12 hours. It's on sale now. Grab your IMAX wireless headphones at a cool 98 Ghana cedis only. Viewers, and you know the good news, there's a warranty of 365 days and quality after sale service.
Call now on 030-2750-308 or visit our website at www.maxbuy.com.gh to order now. You can also get the MaxBuy app from the Play Store or App Store to place the order now.
Are you ready to take your
Ghana, get ready to win big with only one Ghana cedis. Lucky Win is the biggest online casino in Ghana with lots of options for you to win big. Bosu Wankasa. With only one Ghana cedi, you stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 1 million Ghana cedis paid instantly into your mobile money wallet. In addition, you win for yourself smartphones, curved TVs, laptops, TCL air conditioners, and many more. So register for free today with a valid mobile phone number on www.luckywin.com.ga and also download the Lucky Win app.
know it's lucky, lucky win. It's lucky win. Oh, it's lucky win.
It's first up here at the Accra Sports Stadium, the nation's Wembley, where both teams are going on with 1-1, all from sport kick. Hasaacas had an earlier sport kick and then they converted it. So as Ampem Darkoa also converting a sport kick. So here at the Accra Sports Stadium is 1-1 apiece here. I have here now not the usual suspect, but it's chairperson Madam Hilary Boating and then vice chairperson Madam Rosalie Amoku. You're welcome on set.
Thank you, Nafisa.
At least we'll go over the general view of the Women's Premier League once you are the chairperson of the Ghana Women's Premier League.
Thank you so much. You are absolutely right. An exciting first half we've witnessed here. I think the first half of the final is a true depiction of how the league has actually gone. We've had an extremely competitive season. I think that as every season goes by, it gets better, in my opinion. Definitely, we've had our challenges. I think at the start of the first day we started this season, we had Pelpia ladies robbed at gunpoint, if we remember, on their way to Kumasi. That obviously scared us a bit, but after that, we've had a very good season until the second round started, when we had Savannah also experiencing similar on the same road. Those two incidents nearly cast a slur on the season, but we are really hoping that that will be the last one. In terms of officiating, we've had complaints. There's been good refereeing, but there've also been some complaints that we've had. There's one thing that we actually heard from the General Secretary in terms of the number of complaints that have gone to the disciplinary committee this season from the WPL has been even more than the first division, and I think that that is something that we should look at. With the first division for the men have 42 clubs, and we are just 20 clubs. So where are the complaints coming from, and what is it about? And it's mainly around officiating. So I think that that has been our main challenge, but it's getting better, and we hope for an even better season next season.
Okay, Madam Rosalie Amo, it has been an interesting season for Women's Premier League, and then history has been made. First of its kind is being telecast live on Max TV, and then in collaboration with GFA, and then the IMAX Media. What is your impression all about it?
Well, I think when we set out, the plan and the intention is always to make sure that we improve upon what's happened last season, and thankfully to Max TV and IMAX. You have brought it closer to our viewers. And even though people are not able to go to the stadium, they have been able to follow the women's game. And it looks like we have even put them in a comfortable zone. They prefer to sit behind their sets and watch TV rather than coming to the stadium, because I'm getting feedback and it looks like everybody who has to be here is watching it on TV. But I think it has helped in the competitiveness of the game. It has helped in fair play, because no team wants to be caught in a bad situation on television. So the tempo has risen, and it has also drawn the best out of each side. The coaches are showing their tactical superiority, and then the players themselves, because they are aware that they are on TV, it is motivating them to go all out. And because, the day after, you hear them chatting, oh, this game was on TV, this person said they saw it. And Nafisa, the truth of the matter is that now we have international audience and viewers, because just as you show it on TV, you are also streaming it live. So people follow it, and if you go and look at the numbers, I mean, we don't need to tell you, but it means that Max TV is actually helping us to promote women's football across the globe. And I think that it is a wonderful experience.
We narrowed it down to today's match. This has been an impressive first half for Hasaacas and then Ampem Darkoa. We normally see the dominance of Hasaacas ladies, but this time around, you can see what Hasaacas have also brought on board. At their earlier stages, just under 5 minutes, they recorded an offside goal in which they felt it was a goal, but there's a referee in it who says it's an offside, so there's nothing you could do about it. What is your impression about Ampem Darkoa coming stronger this time around?
Well, it's only a reflection of their dominance in the northern zone. I mean, since 2015, they have been unbeaten. Teams have tried and they are not able to succeed. And so for me, coming into this game, and they had been beaten back to back by Hasaacas ladies. So naturally, they would want to find out a stronger arm so that it will not be the same story. And you saw how strongly they have played. They haven't given Hasaacas ladies any respite at all. The game has been very fast, very fast. And I think that's one, because they are playing on a very familiar natural grass, and they are comfortable. Last season, yes. And then the weather has also been very nice. The weather has also been nice, so it's very conducive for good footballing. Hasaacas ladies are using their experience by and large. They are using their experience at this level to do it. But you've realized that Ampem Darkoa are doing all making Hasaacas work for it. And for me, I'm not surprised at all. This is a final, and it has to be. It's a final, so we can't say that it is a one-sided event. Both sides have shown their class, and I'm happy that it is the young players, Comfort Yabua and Success Ameya, who are controlling, whose names are on the scorer sheet. And I'm only imagining how the second half will be.
Madam Hilary, we are looking at the second half now. The dominance of Ampem Darkoa over secondary Hasaacas. Is there any surprise to you, or is the usual thing that you were not expecting?
Like Rosalind said, I think that Ampem Darkoa have actually been very successful in the northern zone. Last season, the final was on a rainy day.
Yes.
If everyone remembers, and it was under floodlights as well, and it was on an astroturf. And today is different. The weather is fantastic. Like Rosalind said, we are playing on natural grass, and they're used to that in Techiman. And so this is really the kind of weather they really prayed for, and I think they've gotten it. And they are displaying what they are capable of. Like Rosalind also said, Hasaacas is playing with a lot of experience. If you watch their players, they are more experienced than Ampem Darkoa. I think it's going to be a very exciting second half. The coaches both know what is at stake. I know Coach Bazigi desperately wants to go back to the CAF Champions League. Coach Adakwa too has been beaten so many times by Coach Bazigi, and he wants to win this to pacify his teaming fans. So it just sets up for a fantastic second half of the game, and we are looking forward to it. I think it's been a fantastic final so far.
It's the grand finale of the Ghana Women's Premier League. History has been made. GFA, in collaboration with the IMAX Media, brought you live coverages of the Women's Premier League in the Northern Zone and as well as the Southern Zone. The defenders, which is Hasaacas, hasn't had it easy in the very first round. You can see that the first half they have had what a tough game that Ampem Darkoa has brought to them here at the Accra Sports Stadium. At the end of the first 45 minutes, if you didn't know, let me tell you that both of them have converted spot kick beautifully, and then is a 1-1 apiece here at the Accra Sports Stadium. We'll be going into the second half. Your final words for the second half. Is it going to be our prediction for the second half, if any?
I don't like predicting, but looking at what I have seen, it's going to be a tough call. It's going to be a tough call. The person who keeps focused, the side that keeps focused and doesn't lose concentration is going to end up winners. If you ask me, Ampem Darkoa should be careful. They do not pay again. You remember last season, they did all the hard work, and yet it was Hasaacas who used their experience to win. I am tempted to think that it could happen again, depending on how alert they are, because they've missed some glorious two chances. Two chances. That,
more than two.
Yes,
more than
for
two,
me, the clear-cut chances were two, that they should have gone up by then. If they continue doing that, then I'm afraid Hasaacas, who are desperate to go back to Africa, will use their experience to be, because all they need now is just one goal, and then when they do, they'll keep their defense tight, and it will be difficult for Ampem Darkoa to penetrate.
Okay,
but I'm hoping that at least for once we should have new winners.
Okay, so it has been interesting first half here at the Nations Wembley Accra Sports Stadium. The first half scoreline is 1-1. Ampem Darkoa 1, Hasaacas Ladies 1. Let's enjoy the second half and then see who wins the Ghana Women's Premier League 2021-2022 season. We'll be back in the next 45 minutes.
Welcome back to the Accra Sports Stadium. The opening half ended in a pulsating 1-1 apiece, with Hasaacas Ladies taking the lead through a spot kick, and the equalizer equally coming through a spot kick that was well converted by Comfort Yeboah for Ampem Darkoa Ladies. Both sides have had quite a few minutes for the technical teams to have word pep talks with their respective sides, hoping that we would be able to see quite a different game altogether. This is the grand finale of the Ghana Women's Premier League, and it is live on Max TV. If you missed the first half, worry not much. The second half equally has quite a lot in stock. The girls are ready, well poised to ensure that they give their best. This is a grand finale that needs to produce a winner. Who would the odds favor? Defending champions Hasaacas Ladies and their familiar foes Ampem Darkoa Ladies. These two teams, they met last season in the grand finale that ended in a 4-0 victory for Hasaacas Ladies. A resounding victory for them. Will they have such another, perhaps quite more resounding than it was last season? Probably the first 45 minutes that we have at hand will let us know. Hasaacas Ladies, they went invincible, played 18 matches without a defeat. They won 14 of those matches and drew 4 of them. Their opponent, on the other hand, managed only 12 victories, lost 3 and drew 3 as well. Which of these sides? Will it be going back once again to the southern zone, or the northern zone would once again reclaim its print? Affairs get underway for second half, with Hasaacas Ladies making those surging runs once again. In the heart of midfield, a Champon Grace sends a long one that she manages to locate Mavis Owusu, and she has been fouled by Janet Adri. Janet Adri, she has really been a thorn in her flesh making it very difficult for Janet Tedri to breathe. That is Mavis Owusu. Swung into the 18-yard box, headed, but cleared by Blessing Shine. Goes back, and it's blocked. Still a follow-up, blocked once again. Comfort Yeboah. Comfort Yeboah still following suit, and it goes out for a throw advantage to Ampem Darkoa ladies. Comfort Yeboah. Headed away by Lindsay Shen. It goes to the 18-yard box. Grace Banwa grabs. Interesting game. Grace Banwa. In the heart of midfield, Victoria say Success Amir. Followed up by Lucy Kofi. Sewa Ophelia. She plays through a pass to Mavis Owusu, but she's flagged offside. She didn't time her run to perfection. And it's not surprised that she has been flagged offside. Look at how she had the pass through from Tracy Chum. And Elizabeth Owusu managed to fight Mavis Owusu. But the flag had already gone up. Victoria said doing a lot of mobbing in the heart of midfield defensively for Ampem Darkoa ladies. Quite on top of her game. Elizabeth Owusu. Won by Success Amir. Faustina Edunyame. Back to Success Amir. She nutmegs Sewa Ophelia beautifully. And Safia to Salifu. Miscommunication between Safia to Salifu and Abena Anoma Opoku. Ampem Darkoa ladies managed to finally and fully clear their lines, but it goes to Doran Copson, brought down in the process, and they get an infringement. Rita Nkansa asking and requesting Victoria Osei to calm down. Other than that, she will be the first player to be brandished with the yellow card.
Well, I think she has been pardoned because this is arguably a bookable offense. But when you look at how she has played, how she has comported herself on the field of play, I think that is the reason why the referee has let her go. But for other players, she would have gotten the
Doran Copson, Doris Wedua swings it, but it goes wide. It's been rotational between Doris Wedua as well as Doran Copson when it comes to set pieces for Hasaacas ladies. The first goal that they had through the penalty kick was when Doris Wedua had made attempt and Safia to failing to grab it at once with a follow-up attack by Veronica Apia resulting in the penalty kick. And it's 50 minutes, 1-1. Swung into the 18-yard box of Hasaacas ladies. But infringement given the way of Hasaacas ladies. With Grace Banwa as well as Mavis Owusu, both of them on the pitch. It was quite a collusion between Mavis Owusu and Grace Banwa. No wonder the infringement was given the way of Hasaacas ladies. as the grand finale that needs to produce a winner at the end of 90 minutes. A failure to do so, we will determine that through the spot kick. Both teams seem to have lost quite a number of key players. Milo Topoku, Evelyn Bedu, all of them leaving the shores of the country following their exploits in the domestic league last season and in the continental one as well.
Well, you can hear the fans shouting here. Why? Because it seems that we are having a certain Dankoma and Eric Bekwen kind of thing here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Coach Yusuf Bazigi called on Doris Bedua to give her some instruction, and Comfort Zebo actually followed her to the touchline. She wants to hear whatever they want to discuss.
Grace Banwa still lying on the pitch. She has been in goalposts for Hasaacas ladies throughout the season. She has conceded only 10 goals out of 18 matches that they have played. This is where Safiatu fouled Veronica Pia, leading to the conversion of the spot kick by Success Amir. Beautifully done. Safiatu was just a whisker away from making that save, that crucial save. And this is another penalty that was won by Ampem Darkoa ladies, well converted by Comfort Yeboah. And that lovely jubilation in process. A penalty awarded, a penalty that was fiercely protested by the captain of the side for Hasaacas ladies, that is Janet Ejiri. The inaugural cup of the Ghana Women's Premier League in 2012 was won by Hasaacas ladies. Mavis Owusu still being treated after the collusion that she had with Grace Banwa. After Hasaacas ladies winning the inaugural one in 2012-2013 season, after defeating Fabulous ladies by 2-1, in 2013-2014, Hasaacas ladies equally beat Fabulous ladies on penalties to win it as well. Quite unfortunate scenes with Grace Banwa being treated. Hoping that both players would be able to recover and continue with the games. In the 2014-2015 season, Hasaacas ladies met Ampem Darkoa ladies and they pipped them by a lone goal to be crowned champions. In the 2015-2016 season, Ampem Darkoa ladies regained their confidence and beat Hasaacas ladies by a lone goal in order to be crowned champions. And that was the season where Priscilla Dobia had the top scorer after scoring 19 goals so far. And the 2017-2018 season, Lady Strikers were pipped by a lone goal equally by Ampem Darkoa ladies. And Priscilla Adobia was once again crowned the top scorer with 16 goals. And the 2019, that was the normalization era where we had a special competition. Hasaacas ladies beat Ampem Darkoa ladies by 3-2 in order to be crowned champions. In 2019-2020 season, the league was cancelled due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. In the 2020-2021 season, Hasaacas ladies beat Ampem Darkoa ladies in order to be crowned champions. 2021-2022 season, who would be crowned the champion? We have the next few minutes to determine that. Who would be crowned champions? A still temporary hold up here following the collision that happened earlier between Grace Banwa and then Mavis Owusu.
Well, I think that she's the goalkeeper, and then she needs to be treated very well. We need to make sure that she's very safe. Even when you look at Mavis Owusu, you could also see that she's also not fine yet, and that is the reason why she's still standing on the touchline waiting for the referee to ask her to come onto the field. The collision was very serious, and you will see a blood coming from Mavis' mouth. And for the goalkeeper, I think they really need to take their time and take care of her, because she doesn't really fall down quickly like that. This is Grace Banwa that we know. She has a way of doing antics, but not at this particular hour.
Hoping and praying that both sides have their players who have picked up injuries been able to recover and continue with the game. The grand finale of the Ghana Women's Premier League, and it is live on Max TV. This season has produced quite a number of goals, as many as 486 goals, quite an increased number from that of last season. A season that has seen the top scorer to be Princess Owusu with 15 goals. Mavis Owusu seems to be okay and it's ready to join her teammates back on the field. Unfortunately, too, Grace Banwa is equally back on her feet. Goal kick ready to be effected by Grace Banwa, who has managed to recover following that injury. Effected, won by Ampem Darkoa ladies, headed away by Linda Ishen. Doran, a pass placed through, but Safia to grabs, and it's Ampem Darkoa ladies. Comfort Yeboah, but it was quite too long for her to be able to pick it. A throw. Linda Ishen, headed away by Comfort Yeboah. 58 minutes played here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Linda Ishen with the effort, but it wouldn't pose any threat at all to Safia to Salifu. And Janet Edgery. A throw going the way of Ampem Darkoa ladies. Anastasia Echan. But Ampem Darkoa ladies get an infringement that will go their way. Victoria Osei will do the honor of delivering it for Ampem Darkoa ladies. She sent a long one into the penalty area of Hasaacas ladies, headed away by Blessing Shine, still in the heart of defense of Hasaacas ladies. Fully cleared, given to Doris Bwedua as she battles it out with Comfort Yeboah. She gets the better side of Comfort Yeboah and a Champon Grace. That's well as she was looking for Veronica up here, but intercepted by Comfort. She gets another one, but fiercely marked by Comfort Yeboah. And cleared off by Faustina. Abena Anoma Opoku, safety first. Another clearance by her. 60 minutes of action. 30 minutes left for the game to produce a winner. Sewa Ophelia. Throw going the way of Hasaacas ladies. Linda Ishen. And Linda, her effort was followed up by Success Amia. Safia too. Quite a very good goalkeeper, one of the good goalkeepers that we've seen so far for this season, together with Mary Nikwe of Immigration Ladies. Despite her side going on relegation, she has really done well for Immigration Ladies for this season. Well intercepted by Justice Chenebois, and is still with Hasaacas Ladies. Doreen Copson giving possession out cheaply. Ampem Darkoa Ladies. And one opportunity for Ampem Darkoa Ladies, but missed. Mavis Owusu. How did she not get this into the back of the net for Ampem Darkoa Ladies? This is where Doreen Copson gave away possession. And Linda Eshen's attempt blocked, gifting this opportunity to Mavis Owusu to put Ampem Darkoa Ladies in the lead, but she misses quite narrowly. Linda Eshen, and she loses her footing. A throw, it would be against Ampem Darkoa Ladies. Abena Anuma Opoku's was really trying her possible best in order to have that balance up front. Throw for Hasaacas. Linda Eshen. Doris Boudua. Cleared by Justice Chenebois. Sewa Ophelia. Tracy Chum couldn't control it. It goes back to Blessing Shine for Hasaacas Ladies. Faustina Nyame Eidu. And Safia too comes to grab it for Ampem Darkoa Ladies. It's an interesting game that has quite a number of supporters here in their numbers, together with Sam Doris Boudua getting her side that infringement. She is very, very pacey, has that swift leg, and she can easily go bypass her markers. She has this polarizing figure that always torments defenders. Doris Boudua of Hasaacas Ladies. They get an infringement. 65 minutes.
One of the best set piece takers in the Hasaacas Ladies team is Faustina Eidu. I'm surprised that she came to the team and she's not been the one to do that. But don't take anything away from them.
Linda Eshen's effort goes wide. Linda Eshen, who attempted to do that, probably served as the decoy for Doris Boudua, but it goes wide. One apiece. Grand finale of the Ghana Women's Premier League. The defending champions of this trophy is Hasaacas Ladies. As defending champions, they took the lead, and as challengers, they equalized. Ampem Darkoa Ladies equally equalized. The contenders against the challengers. Goal kick for Hasaacas ladies. Headed in. Veronica Apia, but Safiatu comes out very fast. Sensing the danger, she had to really come out in order to clear the lines for Ampem Darkoa ladies. Comfort Owusu. Headed away by a Champon Grace. And Comfort Yeboah. Set up Sewa Ophelia. Tracy Chum. With that lovely. And she slips in the process. Janet Ejiri. Left it for Blessing Shine. Blessing to Faustina Nyame, who sends it to Lenva Ishen. Lenva Ishen was looking forward to set up Veronica Apia. But it goes out for a third advantage to Ampem Darkoa ladies. Substitution. The first one be effected, and Obianiju Rose is coming in to replace Lucy Kofi, a Nigerian who is in Ghana doing quite marvelously well since she was signed by Hasaacas ladies.
Well, we've had a couple of Ghanaian players playing in the Nigerian league as well. We have our arguably the best goalkeeper Ghana has ever produced, played for River Angels and all that. And so it's more like they're coming here to feature in our league to see how it is, and then we are players to go in there to feature in there. When you go to Army Ladies, you have a player like your favorite player, Achai Ajete, who won the best midfielder in the 2021 Nigeria Women's Premier League. And so it's like a siblings thing. They used to come here, and then we also used to go there. Let's see what he brings on board as Hasaacas seek to win this match.
Lenda Eshe, but quite a feeble one, been fiercely contested by Success Amir and Doreen Copson. It goes out for a throwing advantage to be effected by Ampem Darkoa ladies. Justice Cheneboa, headed away by Blessing. Victoria Say, still Ampem Darkoa ladies, but possession won back by Doreen Copson for Hasaacas ladies. Safiatu, who nearly ended up giving a good pass to Doris Boedua, by Comfort Yeboah recovers to set up Mavis Owusu. Mavis Owusu with the surgeon run as she awaits support. Sent it into the 18-yard box, but it's missed narrowly. Goal kick, it would be. Opportunities been squandered. Opportunities going a begging. Chances been missed by Ampem Darkoa ladies. Look at the surgeon run from Mavis Owusu. She had the best of Faustina Nyami Edu. Sent in the cross, was waiting for Elizabeth Owusu to come in with a diving header, but it goes wide. What a game we have at hand.
We wanted a very good finals, and I must tell you, we are really having one of the best finals we've ever witnessed when it comes to women's football.
Justice Cheneboa, the captain of Ampem Darkoa ladies, who is looking forward to set and make a mark for her side. Set a record and make a mark. throw-in effected. Infringement won by Hasaacas ladies. Indeed, it's the final of true champions. Ampem Darkoa ladies are the champions for the Northern Zone. And Hasaacas ladies equally are the champions for the Southern Zone. Finals of true champions. Doris Wedua with his low drive. And Safia too with the easy grabbing. The grand finale of the Ghana Women's Premier League. Who would emerge the winner? Who would represent Ghana at the CAF Women's Champions League for this season? Janet Hedry comes in with a header. Goal kick, it would be for Hasaacas ladies. Ghana Women's Premier League had its inaugural edition in 2012. And since then, since its inception, it has really come to stay, well established and living up to the billing. Justice Trenebois, a captain who leads with an example. Well intercepted by Success Amir. Ampem Darkoa ladies, Comfort Yeboah. Sent a long drive in. Tracy Chum lifts it for Mavis Owusu, who would love to tease Blessing in the process. She gets the better of her, gets the ball to her. It's fouled and they win an infringement. And Blessing is not happy. "73 minutes of action. And this is where Mavis Owusu had the better of Blessing. And it seems like Blessing had a touch of the ball, but she ended up slipping. That made her to have a touch of Mavis Owusu as well. Tracy Chum. Delivers into the 18-yard box. Headed! Grace Bowman with a save. No wonder she is their #1 goalkeeper, a national team goalkeeper. It was well headed by Victoria Osei.
Well, at U17 level, she was our #1. She was with us at Uruguay 2020. It is not for any reason that she was Ghana's #1 at the U17 level. She is very good. She captained the Halifax ladies, now Berry ladies, before moving to Hasaacas ladies. And so when it comes to experience, as young as she is, she's very experienced.
It's 75 minutes and 15 minutes more. Recently, when these two teams met in the 18-yard box, and it's a goal kick advantage to be effected by Safia Tufo and Ampem Darkoa ladies. When these two sides recently met in the First Ladies Cup, the winner was decided through the spot kick. It tells you how keenly the contest usually becomes when these two sides meet. Ampem Darkoa ladies and Doris Wedua, the unusual offender in this circumstance. It's usually the one who is normally fouled, but this time around, unusually, uncharacteristically, she rather is the offender. Sent in headed as they appeal for a penalty, saying that it was a handball against Blessing. But obviously it might have happened on the blind side of the official. A call that the center referee wouldn't yield to. Throw-in effected. Grace Banwa grabs.
Well, I think so far so good. The fans were screaming. They were knowing very well what is at stake when it comes to playing in this particular finals, and so they believe that it was a penalty, but it was never a penalty. Blessing really cleared the ball, and she was clean. There's no way any referee would have whistled that as a penalty, and so the referee added to right this time around.
Both goals, just to remind you, was scored through set pieces, precisely from the spot kick. Linda Eshen finally effected. Doris Boedua and Comfort Yabua would be there. Comfort Yabua. And cleared by Ampem Darkoa ladies. Tracy Chum. The ball rubbed off her feet. Doris Boedua wanted to capitalize on it, but she has been flagged offside. Quite a tough game for Rita Nkansa. Finals of women's leagues, finals of women's football in recent times have usually been done by the famous Joyce Obenua Appiah. Linda Epo is coming in to replace Veronica Appiah. A very good tactical substitution being effected by the Bashiru Yusuf Bazigi-led technical team. We are entering into the 9 minutes of the game, and every substitution might have very good effect on the game. Tracy Chum, Comfort Yabua misses in the process, but she does well to recover and wins an advantage for her side. What a player! The John Boy of Ghana women's football. Some of these are rarity to behold. She did it so lovely. And taken, followed suit. Wrangling around. Once again, set up Linda Epo, comports, loses to Sewa Ophelia. Sewa Ophelia, that's well. And Janet Edry, who was already there with Mavis Owusu being flagged offside. 80 minutes of action, and it's still 1-1 apiece. Who would get the win and go perhaps? Janet Edry, Doreen Cobson, and Safia too is there. The grand finale of the Women's Premier League. These two sides would meet once again in the finals of the Women's FA Cup. Victoria say Tracy Chum. Tracy Chum. That's what go bypass Linda Eshen. Set up Victoria say, but Grace Banwa was really alert. Grace Champon. The pass coming through after that 1-2 stringing of passes between Tracy Chum, Victoria Say to Grace Champon. Quite an intriguing, exciting, breathtaking, an interesting game. Elizabeth Owusua wins that infringement for Ampem Darkoa ladies. They get another one this time around through Sewa Ophelia. Victoria Say Ampem Darkoa ladies are yet to effect a substitution. Victoria Say, but to no one. Goal kick. Well dipped, but with no target in sight. It's been cagey. It's been intense. A gripping tail that is yet to produce the winner. Success Amia lifts it for Faustina Edunyame, Linda Epo. And Justice Chenebois is there. Very interesting game. The grand finale of true champions. Obianiju Rose prefers to leave it for Comfort Owusu. Doris Boydua. But it would be a goal kick. This season has been very exciting. This is a season that for the first time saw Ghana Women's Premier League being televised on TV. First time of its kind. Anastasia Echan, Comfort Yeboah. Faustina Nyame. Tiring moments. Seems like Ampem Darkoa ladies need fresh limbs. Lendation. Headed by Comfort. Doris Boydua wins it. But the center referee blows her whistle for a player to be attended to, and that is Comfort Yeboah. "85 minutes, and it's still 1-1 apiece. Doreen Copson. The first yellow card of the day goes to Sewa Amponsa Ophelia. The first yellow card of the game, and it's comes as late as the 85th minute of the game. Janet Ajiri. Sewa Ophelia. Justice Cheneboa. Janet Ajiri. Sewa Ophelia fouled. The president of the Ghana Football Association here in attendance, here to grace the occasion. And Grace Bamwa. 86. 4 minutes left. Who would it be? Justice Cheneboa. Safiatu. A throw for Ampem Darkoa ladies. And Ampem Darkoa ladies are effecting their first change. Owusu Elizabeth is paving the way for Mary Amponsa. The national under-17 women's team are here as well. Cleared. Goes back once again to Safiatu. 2 minutes left. Who would get the winning goal? Doreen Cropson. A Champon Grace. Janet Adri intercepts beautifully. Won by Comfort Yeboah. Set up Sewa and Ponsa Ophelia. For lack of communication, Hasaacas ladies went back possession with that clearance, but it goes as far as where Justice Cheneboa is. And it's still Ampem Darkoa ladies who would want to use the flagged offside. Mary Amponsa, the substitute, nearly had a very good impact. But she has been flagged offside. This would have been the winning goal, but ruled offside. It's 4 minutes off at a time here. Opportunity, Sewa Ponsa Ophelia. She misses.
You will ask yourself whether Sewa Ponsa Ophelia was given a pass or she was striking the ball to score. At an advantageous position, you have all the space in front of you. You can even place the ball to the top corner. What was she doing? This is a national U20 star. This is the national U20 player, a player that has qualified to play in the 2022 World Cup in Costa Rica. And so when you get such opportunity and you don't bury it, what message are you sending to Ghanaians? What are you telling us? Are you ready? Are you ready to make sure that when we select you to go and represent us, you deliver for us? She needs to do more than she did.
Sewa Amponsa Ophelia. And Obianuju intercepts beautifully for Hasaacas ladies. Mariam Ponsa. But another effort coming in from Comfort Yeboah goes wide. This is how Mariam Ponsa set up Comfort Yeboah. But she didn't get it right. Nervy tingling moments here at the Accra Sports Stadium. And Sewa Amponsa, opportunity, well grabbed by Safiatu. Opportunity won, had by Hasaacas ladies. But Safiatu had to come in with that crucial save to keep Hasaacas ladies at arm's length. Well set up, well fed by Doris Wedua. Look at how she did it. She did it so lovely. What a game we have at hand. These are nervy moments. We are left with 1 minute 30 seconds. Safiatu gifts success Amia with that opportunity. Abena Mopoku. And Linda Ishen. Safiatu with a grab. Opportunity for Doris Wedua, but Safiatu does well on that 1v1. Success Amia. Gets the second booking of the day. Look at how Doris Wedua was set up. And Comfort Yeboah getting the better side of Success Amia, who wouldn't miss that principle in football. That if you miss the ball, you don't have to miss the man. Rita Nkansa blows a whistle to end proceedings for the 90 minutes. What an intriguing game it has been. No goal was produced in the second half. We would be playing extra time to determine if we would be able to get goals. And if we do not get goals during this extra time, the inevitable must happen, and that is the spot kick. They were separated, these two sides were separated when they recently met through the spot kick. Would we be having same fate, or perhaps the narrative would change? 90 minutes, few minutes given to the technical teams, few minutes for Joe Nana Adakwa as well as Yusuf Bazigi to have word pep talk with his girls, with their respective sides. It has indeed proven to be finals of the true champions. And Safiatou Salifu made that crucial save, that critical save in the injury time to deny Doris Boydou of getting the winning goal for Hasaacas ladies. What a game we have. What a game would it be? And how will the narrative be told after the extra time?
Well, I think we've witnessed a very good game.
A good game that began in the second half with Tracy Chum coming in with that delivery into the 18-yard box, cleared by Janet Ejiri. And Ampem Darkoa ladies had quite a number of opportunities with this one as well, missed narrowly by Mavis Owusu. Mavis Owusu continued with her surging runs into the 18-yard box to set up Elizabeth Owusu, who couldn't convert through this opportunity. Tracy Chum with this effort and the double save by Grace Banwa for Hasaacas ladies. The defense of Hasaacas ladies was well surmounted in the second half by Ampem Darkoa ladies, but they remained resolute, they were resilient, and they did their work to perfection. Another opportunity set up by Mary Amponsa Tusewa Amponsa Ophelia, but she couldn't get the winning goal for Ampem Darkoa ladies. Here with Doris Boydou setting up Linda and Safiatou coming in to keep Hasaacas ladies at arm's length. And look at how Comfort Yeboah had to make Success Amia to sweat. Extra time to begin soon. Who would represent Ghana at the CAF Women's Champions League? The winner of this encounter would be in Africa. Last season, it was Hasaacas ladies who represented Ghana, and they won silver. Here they are, looking forward to get the nod, to get the bid, to represent Ghana once again at the Continental Mundo. But standing in their way as their familiar foes, Ampem Darkoa ladies, who are requesting to be given the nod, just like politicians usually make their respective campaigns known, requesting citizens to give them the nod to represent them both at the legislature and as well as the executive level. These girls are here on the pitch requesting each other to give them the nod to represent Ghana at the CAF Women's Champions League. Last season, it was Hasaacas. Would it be Ampem Darkoa ladies this time around? Or perhaps Hasaacas ladies would go for the back-to-back?
Well. Hasaacas ladies, they would want to go for the second time. And then Ampem Darkoa will also want to have the taste of the cake. And so that is what we are witnessing here. It has never been a dull moment here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Ampem Darkoa is giving whatever they need to give out to make sure that they get that win, that qualification to CAF Women's Champions League. Same as Hasaacas ladies. We are back to extra time. Let's see what this 30 minutes gives to us and who represents Ghana at the next edition of the CAF Women's Champions League.
Extra time commencing in earnest. A throw to be effected by Ampem Darkoa ladies. Clearance coming in from Blessing Shine. Abena Anuma Opoku. And Grace Banwa has to leave her post to clear the lines for Hasaacas. Tracy Chu, Linda Shed, Doris Wedua, cleared by Justice Chenebois. Grace Echampon, but is not given the advantage as such play continues. And Justice Chenebois once again. Doran Copson. Throw for Hasaacas. Comfort Owusu. And it's Ampem Darkoa ladies. Mary Amponsa lifts it for Mavis Owusu, but she loses her footing. Blessing clearing the lines. Success Amia. A throw for Hasaacas. Comfort Owusu. She's so desperate, so eager to have a feel, have a touch on the trophy this season. Last season when they lost to Hasaacas ladies, she wept bitterly. I'm sure it might have been quite another motivation for her great performance, her splendid performance for the day today. Goal kick for Ampem Darkoa ladies. They would love to have a touch. They would love to take the trophy to the northern part this season. Victoria say for Ampem Darkoa ladies. And it's Ampem Darkoa ladies setting up Mary Amponsa. Lifts it for Victoria Say, who manages to get through to the ball, but it's smashed wide. She has been very clinical today, working defensively in the heart of midfield, doubling it up offensively as well. What a talent. Doris Wedua controls lovely. Doris Wedua, but it goes wide. She had two players at the same time. She's just a delight to watch. Look at how she had the better of Justice Chenebois together with Abena Anuma Opoku. The two central defenders of Ampem Darkoa ladies were beaten by Doris Wedua. That is how polarizing she is. And it is Ampem Darkoa ladies. She slips, is picked up by Sewa Amponso Ophelia, blocked by Janet Tajiri. Hasaacas ladies win an infringement. What a game it has been. Grace, a champion, slipped. Sewa and Ponsa Ophelia wanted to continue what Grace couldn't continue, but it was well intercepted by Blessing. Delivery into the 18-yard box of Ampem Darkoa ladies. Half cleared, still with Hasaacas ladies. They went back. Anastasia Echan sets up Mary Amponsa, who gets into the 18-yard box, but is beautifully defended by the diminutive. Clinical, potent, and splendid defender in the person of Janet Ejiri.
Well, what the attackers of Ampem Darkoa ladies should know that this is Janet Ejiri. If 1v1, there's no way you are going to beat her. When you get chances like this, either you have to make sure that you get your player, locate a player and pass the ball to, or you shoot from there. Whenever you try to go past Janet Ejiri, you are not getting to going to have the better of her. And so they need to be very, very careful when they are trying to move on with the ball.
Mary Amponsa has been very clinical since her introduction. Talking in terms of impact being made by substitutes, and that is what she has done. Elizabeth Owusua with a dejected face in your shot earlier, very disappointed that she couldn't capitalize on the opportunities that her side had, opportunities that came her way while she was still in the game. But at this time, she needs to only be in the dugout to cheer her side on. That unfortunate of a clearance from Ampem Darkoa ladies, gifting Hasaacas ladies a corner kick. And Copson will do the honor for Hasaacas ladies. We have the two goals through set pieces. Would we be able to get the goals through a set piece? Delivered into the 18-yard box, headed away by Justice Trinebois. And Doreen Copson would send it back, and a block. Well done by Mary Amponsa. And just to let you also know, quite an interesting record. When these two sides met last season in the final, swept into the 18-yard box, headed away, still being battled for, blocked, but the whistle had already been blown. When they met in the grand finale for the 2020-2021 season, Hasaacas ladies annihilated Ampem Darkoa ladies by 4 goals. And interestingly, all the 4 goals came through a set piece, precisely from the corner kick. It was that wet when Saturday evening at the Medina Astroturf. Quite remember it very vividly. It was an exciting but equally a dejecting encounter for Ampem Darkoa ladies, but the exciting one would go for Hasaacas ladies.
Well, we all remember that match very well, and so many and the fans of Ampem Darkoa, those who got to witness women's football for the first time, said that it was because it rained. That was why the game wasn't flowing as they should. Then again, they met at the FA Cup final, and then Hasaacas ladies won again. It has become like then Hasaacas ladies are always overpowering Ampem Darkoa ladies, and so it is no more finals when they meet, but it's more like a Zuma and a Gomez thing. But then again, they met at the first Ladies Cup last year, and then they had to stretch the match into penalty shootout. That is when we all got to know that now Ampem Darkoa is also finding an antidote to in playing Hasaacas ladies. This is really showing today's match. They have not played badly at all. Both teams have proved that they know what to do when it comes to playing in the finals. And so we are yet to see whether we are going to witness another goal here and whether Hasaacas will get to win against them to make it 4 in a row, or Ampem Darkoa ladies are also going to get the upper hand over them today.
Sent into the 18-yard box. Mariam Ponsa couldn't control it. Goes to Sewa Ophelia. An indecisive act by Abena Anamao Poku. Letting Hasaacas ladies to have a touch on the ball here. Abena Opoku would recover. Sewa Ponsa Ophelia goes out. A throw to be effected by Ampem Darkoa ladies, who are the odds favoring. 2 minutes left for the first half of the extra minute to be over. Sent into the 18-yard box, well guided by Justice Trinebois. But Obianiju Mary Rose is currently lying on the pitch and is in pains as the official beacons on the paramedics to attend to her. Quiet and exciting game. Taking a look at the defense of the two teams involved. They have their captain to be a defender. Ampem Darkoa ladies have Justice Trinebois as their captain, who is leading the defense. Hasaacas ladies equally have a captain in the person of Janet Ejiri, who is marshalling the defense. And out of 80 matches that all these two sides have played, both sides have conceded only 10 goals each. Tells you how these captains really captain right from defense to attack. Tracy Chu, Mavis Owusu, but well guided, won by Blessing Shine. And Copson coming through with a surgeon run. The tiring legs of Victoria Osei sent into the 18-yard box. Comfort Yeboah coming in with that crucial block, because Doris Wedua was really lacking with intent. She was right behind Comfort Yeboah. Corner kick to be taken by Hasaacas ladies. A kick that might be the last 4. Headed in, glide off the lines. Still in the defense of Ampem Darkoa ladies. What a timely intervention. But for the timely intervention of Comfort Yeboah, Hasaacas ladies would have taken the lead. It was well taken and sent into the 18-yard box, headed beautifully by Doris Boydua. Headed back once again. And that timely clearance of the lines by Comfort Yeboah.
I think arguably she has been the best player on the field of play. If not her, then maybe it's Owusu. This girl has really proved that indeed she came to play. She wanted to win this match. She wanted to qualify her side to the CAF Women's Champions League, and so she's playing for everything. Look at how she's even marking player like Doris Boydua. She's not giving her breathing space at all, but denying Hasaacas the opportunity to go up front. That should tell you that Comfort Yeboah, she has really done so well.
The first half of the extra time is over. Just a minute for the two technical teams. Coach Yusuf Bazigi. He came into this game and was very confident, saying that this is just a ceremonial match for him. But Coach Joe Nana Adakwa has proven that he doesn't want to be beaten on the fourth occasion. Some excerpts of the first extra 15 minutes played with the chances that were gotten by the respective teams as well. Mariam Ponsa for Ampem Darkoa ladies and Janet Ejiri doing what she does best. Doing it with ease as well. Mavis Owusu. We are left with the next 15 minutes to get a winner who would represent Ghana at the CAF Women's Champions League. It's often said that football fortunes usually change at any time. But when it changed at this moment, who would it favor? Grace Echampong setting up Mariam Ponsa. Clearance coming in from Lindsay Shen. For a throw to be effected and taken by Ampem Darkoa ladies. The last hurdle, the final 15 minutes to get a winner. Delivery headed away. And it will go to Justice Cheneboa. Victoria Say. Doreen Copson wins possession for Hasaacas ladies. Victoria Say getting it back, but it goes out. In every facet of this game, it has been intriguing. Substitution, another one. And Tracy Chum has paved the way for Jennifer Owusua to come in. Sewa Ophelia with that foul on Comfort Owusu. "17 minutes played so far. 13 minutes left. Attempt blocked by Janet Ejiri, but it's still with Mary and Ponsan giving back to Sewa Ophelia. Grace Echampo lifts it for Victoria Osei. Throw. Taken by Hasaacas ladies, won by Ampem Darkoa ladies. Justice Cheneboa. Headed away by Abena Anomopoku. She heads it back once again. Grace Echampo. Grace Echampo. Justice Cheneboa. Sends a long one. One. Still. Mavis Owusu. 1-2 with Jennifer. But it goes to where Grace Banwa is. Doris Bwedua with the chase. Doris Bwedua. Well marked. Taken off her feet by Abena Anomopoku. Sarah Ophelia sets up Mary and Ponsan. But Mary has been flagged offside. 20 minutes, 10 minutes left. Look at how Sewa and Ponsan Ophelia set up Mary and Ponsan, who couldn't time her run perfectly. Doris Bwedua, but Safia too grabs. Mary and Ponsan, Janet Ejiri wins it. Faustina Nyame, but it goes as far as Safiatu. Mavis Owusu, blessing shine behind her. A throw it would be for Ampem Darkoa ladies. It's been a pulsating game that has sent both sides making quite very good incursions. Victoria say, but Grace Banwa is there. Jennifer. And Success Amia. She has, together with Doreen Copson, really been very impactful for Hasaacas in the heart of midfield.
Okay.
Obianuju, Mary Rose. Sewa Ponsan Ophelia. But it goes out. Mavis Owusu couldn't get it. Who would get the winning goal? There. A throw to be taken by Ampem Darkoa ladies. Anastasia Cha. Sewan Ponso Ophelia. Anastasia Cha for Justice Trinebois. Jennifer. Abena Anomo Poku. But no target in sight. Paving way for Lendler Shen to send it back to Grace Banwa, who quickly takes it. Canford Yeboah. The grand finale of the Ghana Women's Premier League, which is live on Max TV. A clash that will see the winner representing Ghana at the CAF Women's Champions League. Throw effected swiftly by Hasaacas ladies Doris Boedua. Obianuju winning that 50-50 tackle. Doris Boedua wrangling around one of her feet. And Hasaacas ladies have a player who is currently lying on the pitch, and that is Obianuju Mary Rose. Obianuju holding her throat. Doris Boedua, she has been very phenomenal, very instrumental, very clinical, and very impactful for Hasaacas ladies. But from all indications, she is missing her pairing. Abena Milo Topoku, as well as Evelyn Bedu. It's been a tough game, and it really has lived up to its billing of being a clash of the true champions. Champions of the Southern Zone, Hasaacas ladies here, squaring it off with the champions of the Northern Zone, Ampem Darkoa ladies. And taking a look at how tough and very keen competition Ampem Darkoa ladies have given to Hasaacas ladies gives you a pictorial look of how the Northern Zone really was for this season. Very, very competitive, with the winner being decided on the final day of matches. And Grace Champo, Sewa Ophelia, Grace Champo, 11 for Sewa Ophelia. Few minutes left. Ophelia in the 18-yard box. She's brought down. Referee having none of it, saying that it was a clean challenge, beckoning on Sewa Ophelia to get up on her feet and continue with the game. She did so well to get the better part of Comfort Owusu. Doris Boedua, Justice Trinebois. Back to Doris Boedua once again. But Comfort Yeboah. Anastasia Chan slips in the process, looking forward to set Mariam Ponsan, cleared by Janet Hedgery. What an interesting last few minutes we are having here. Anyone that would emerge victorious in this encounter will truly be a deserving champion. A winner that has indeed fought effortless. Mavis Owusu in the 18-yard box. Opportunity for Grace Achampong. We should be able to get a goal for Ampem Darkoa ladies. But she slips in the process, allowing Janet Ejiri to get the best of her. And she smiles at the way Grace Achampong was trying.
Well, she was one of the 3 players that were tipped to do well for Ampem Darkoa in this particular match. I was shocked. I was tipping Comfort Yeboah, and then somebody told me, wait till you see Grace Achampong. And truly, this lady has shown Ghanaians that indeed she's very talented. Meeting and playing against players like Janet Ejiri doesn't come easy. But this girl today has proved that yes, indeed, she's a very, very good player.
Success Amia has been substituted. What a nervy few minutes here that we have. Who will get that crucial goal? Obianiju. Safiatu with that 50-50 attempt and winning it off Doris Boydua. The 30 minutes of the extra time is up. For Ampem Darkoa ladies. Justice Cheneboa, headed away by Linda Shen, goes to Grace Achampong, sets up Jennifer. Jennifer sends a crossing into the 18-yard box, cleared off by Janet Ejiri. And it's all over. It's all over. The extra time has still not produced the winner. We need to get a winner, and it would be decided through the sports kick. The winner would be decided through the sports kick. Mavis Owusu, she missed a couple of chances for Ampem Darkoa ladies. And it's now time for the 2 goalkeepers involved, Grace Banwa of Hasaacas ladies, as well as Safiatu Salifu of Ampem Darkoa ladies, to build their respective sides, to rescue their sides and send them to the CAF Women's Champions League. We saw the incursions that were made by Mavis Owusu, opportunities that were gotten by Doris Boydua, and how resolute and resilient the defense of Ampem Darkoa ladies have been in keeping Doris Boydua despite how slippery she has been at bay. Sewa Amponsan Ophelia has been all over. This is where she equally did it good on Comfort Owusu. And Mavis Owusu came in through Justice Cheneboa, who couldn't control it, for Janet Ejiri to clear the lines for Hasaacas ladies. Safiatu Salifu of Ampem Darkoa ladies. A toss formalities been done, a toss been made involving the captains of the sides as well as the officials who would go to Africa on behalf of Ghana in terms of the women's football for the prestigious CAF Women's Champions League that had its maiden edition last year. And this is where it's often said, may the best side win. But which of these sides would it be? It's not faith against strategy as well as being lethal. And good luck or luck would only spice it up for the side that is lethal in this stage. It's been quite a very tough 120 minutes of action. 2 goals that were gotten in this game all came through in the first half. Second half did not produce any goal. The extra half, the extra time equally, 30 minutes, 15 minutes apiece, did not produce a winner. These sides have to be separated through the spot kick. But who would it be? They were recently separated through the spot kick in the First Ladies Cup, and the odds in that encounter favored Hasaacas ladies. Would luck have a balance? Or it would remain as it should have been? It's the spot kick. The stage in football where most footballers do not love to see. And there you have in your shorts the trophy that is patiently waiting to be grabbed by one of these sides. Trophy ready in waiting, ready to be embraced, ready to be grabbed by one of these sides, in addition to 50,000 Ghana cedis, as well as other goodies from respective sponsors. And the prestigious of it all will be to get the nod to represent Ghana at the continental stage of the Women's Champions League, being organized by CAF. Grace Banwa would be in goal post. As such, it is Ampem Darkoa ladies who would do the honor of beginning this stage for us. Normal to be seen in African football, and it is the last prayer has been said. Interestingly, there we have it, and it is Comfort Owusu. She scores. It's 1-1 apiece. Doreen Copson scored beautifully from the spot kick. So it's 1-1. Owusua, she scores. Owusua scores for Ampem Darkoa ladies. So it's 2-1 now. Next would be Hasaacas ladies. Hasaacas ladies. And it is Obianiju Rose. Obianiju, she converts beautifully and comes in with that lovely celebration. So it's 2-2. 2-2 now. They do it beautifully. It would be the turn of Ampem Darkoa ladies. And Mavis Owusu is behind for Ampem Darkoa ladies. Mavis Owusu, she scores. So it's 3-2. Mavis Owusu converts beautifully. And she gets to embrace her keeper, Safia to Salifu. What an encounter. It will go down as one of the best finals ever in women's football. 3-2 now, the turn of Hasaacas ladies. And Success Amia, she scores. Success Amia scores. So it's 3-3. Game on. We are witnessing good penalties, spot kicks being taken by these lovely girls here in the grand finale of the Ghana Women's Premier League. So it's 3-3. 3-3 now. Victoria Osei, she scores. 4-3. 4-3. Victoria Osei converts wonderfully for Ampem Darkoa ladies. Bring it on. Every moment, the stage that it could be for anyone. 4-3. Prayer has been said by all the sides. And Veronica Kuma, she misses. Veronica Kuma misses for Hasaacas ladies. So it's 3-4 now. 3-4 now. Should Ampem Darkoa ladies convert, it would be all over. Goosebumps. What a game. Safia to Salifu has rescued her side. She has done the crucial save. It's now left for Grace Banwa to keep her side, Hasaacas ladies, in the game. It was sluggishly taken by Veronica. Sewa Amponsa Ophelia, the top scorer of Ampem Darkoa led this season with 11 goals, has the opportunity now to take her side to the CAF Women's Champions League for this season. Sewa Amponsa Ophelia, she sends Ampem Darkoa ladies. What an exciting, what a great moment, what a rarity to behold. They've been beaten on 4 occasions, and they came into this game well prepared to ensure that they make it to Africa, and they have done it. The last time that they won the trophy was way back in the 2017-2018 season. And Sewa Amponsa Ophelia, the top scorer of Ampem Darkoa ladies for this season, has sent her side to Africa. This is the Women's Premier League Grand Finale. A finale deserving of champions, a finale that has proven that indeed women's football has come far. Women's football has evolved. Women's football is now being embraced by all and sundry. Here they are. They wept last season. They wept bitterly. And today they played their hearts out. Had it not been for the missed opportunities that they had, they would have even finished the game within the 90 minutes of regulation time. They have proven that when you fail in life, despite making countless attempts, all you need is to make another attempt and you would be there. Ampem Darkoa ladies have been crowned the champions. Well deserved. Well deserved. Joe Nana Adapa, proud to this game, indicated that he is in to win this game and not be beaten again. And truly too, they have lived up to their words, have been there. As I said, they came, they saw, and they have conquered. They have gotten the better part of their familiar enemies, that is Hasaacas ladies. Champions this season, champions to go to Africa, and it is Ampem Darkoa ladies. Ampem Darkoa ladies. They've had quite a good record so far, having played 18 games, winning 12 of them, losing 3, and drawing 3 of them. Their zone was the most competitive for this season. That was a zone that had its winner on the final day. It tells you how the pursuit for this slot was. A pursuit that was made by debutant Dreams as well as Pelpia ladies. And indeed, they have proven that they are true champions. What a side. They scored as many as 46 goals this season. They have been beaten on several occasions by Hasaacas ladies. Prior to this game, the odds were that it's a win, an obvious win for Hasaacas ladies. But indeed, football has its own fortunes. Football has its own means of determining who the odds would favor. And it has today favored Ampem Darkoa ladies. It's been a while that they have been crowned champions. And you could see how exciting what this victory means to them. A search for this season's CAF Women's Champions League, Ghana would have a different representative. Ghana would have a different team. It wouldn't be the familiar name Hasaacas ladies. It is Ampem Darkoa ladies. I will now hand over to Nafisa. I have been your commentator, Esther Abankwa.
It's been a wonderful time here at Accra Sports Stadium, and now finally we have a winner of the Ghana Women's Premier League, and which is Ampem Darkoa, because when Nana Darkoa was here earlier on before the match began, he said something, and truly he stuck to his words. I have here the winner, Coach Joe Nana Darkoa, and then Yusuf Bazigi here with me. I will begin with Coach Yusuf Bazigi first. Coach, what really happened? Because you told me you wanted to still go unbeaten. What is the performance of your girls, and what really happened today?
Thank you. For me, I still consider myself unbeaten because on regulation time we drew and we lost on penalty. So for me, I think that we're still going unbeaten. Yeah.
And from here, where does Hasaacas move from here?
Oh, we are going back, and then we'll come back strongly next season. And trust me, next season we'll be representing Ghana.
Okay. Coach Joe Nana Darkoa, I captured you. I saw your reaction when you went on to win the penalty. It was a moment. What were you thinking at that moment before even I'll go on to the match?
Thank you, madam. As a partner artist, it can go either way. So I was thinking, am I going to lose, or is my best friend who is going to lose? That's what I was thinking, nothing else.
Were you not nervous at then?
It's like that. When you are playing penalties there, it's like that. Whatever it is, you will be shaking. Yeah.
Coach.
I was so nervous.
Coach Mamin Bissau. Hasaacas. Omash, I said, Ome do when Coach Basigi net, or no when him say, or shower. I'm sure say be after match, and Kobe Fraka say, Joe, where there your match keko, and my name affects your friendship. This time, penalties never went to me and say, oh, who say, Utin no to me a winning. Oh, the Candiana emotions are no woman. Only
Remember, I knew she needed too much because my big brother last season, power me fast for me. Now total humiliation. So the whole Ghana, no be project is a biomis. I was half away. Yatia home, Barcelona home. Penalties. Apart from penalties, we have another 2 finals to play. So until say, you better go on that 2 matches. So like this year is boot for boot, boot for boot. Although I am a best friend. You free I go share from ya Kasania straight by Besha Park, and so hey, no friendship. Until say now we are friends.
Coach Yusuf Bazigi, Joe Nana Darkoa said is boot for boot now. This is a final that last season you won convincingly by 4-0. This time around it went on to penalties, and then it seems all the goals were through spot kick, not even an open play goal. What are you going to do, because you need more goals? If next time you don't get spot kick, what is it going to happen? It goes to you and then Coach Bazigi as well.
We are going to work on the players so that we can get they can score whilst we are playing. That's all. We are going to work on them. Without working, you can't get what you need.
Okay, so in this time we are going to do the presentation. We aren't finished yet, so we will still go over to commentary or Esther Bankwa to continue from here. But at the end of the 90 minutes extra times, we went to penalties, and then Ampem Darkoa went 5-3 on penalties against. And this time around, it's not the usual suspect Hasaacas, but rather Ampem Darkoa. I'll be handing over to Esther Bankwa to take over from there. Okay, so it's been exciting and interesting. Fans and then people, and then from here, you can see the Hasaacas ladies jubilating. It's overwhelming when you see ladies try. At the opening 90 minutes, you could see Hasaacas put in all effort. They missed so many chances. So I was thinking sometimes in open play, when you do that, you don't get to the penalty.
Medals. The players have taken it. They don't look excited at all. They take the medal, they take it out of their necks because they did not come here for the runners-up medals. They really just came here to get the trophy and get the gold medal, unfortunately for them.
So you can see the Hasaacas ladies taking their medals. They are not happy, but yet this is it. But congratulations to them. Hey, they came all the way to the finals, and then who knows? You can't defend it. You still have to go run up. It doesn't mean it's always every time that you have to win. But once you make it to the final, it's your winner on your course. It's just a penalty and a kick for that they were able to. Yeah.
Coach Basigi is now taking his medal. He's all smiles with the GFA president, the chairperson for the Women's Premier League, Hilary is there, Auntie Rosalind is there, and they are all really cheering him up now. We all know that the fact that Coach Basigi didn't win the trophy this time round, we know that it really doesn't take anything away from the legendary status that he has been able to achieve.
The check presentation is being done now, and then I think it's over for Hasaacas ladies. We have the presentation for the winners. Ampem Darkoa, all the way from Bunu East in Techiman. They are the winners of the Ghana Women's Premier League, and this is the third time Ampem Darkoa is lifting this trophy. You can see how happy they are. They are receiving their gold medals now, and then it's overjoyed. I guess back in Techiman now, people will be jubilating all over. Nabadina, what do you have to say about this thing?
Well, I think this is an exciting moment for Accra ladies playing against Hasaacas ladies, and I think our 4 finals they've won all. Then there's this one. And this is not just any final. This is the final that is taking you.
Yes, but last season she took the best player of the season.
No, young player of the season. Defender
Look
of the
at
season.
that work. Look at that work.
They are overjoyed. It's an amazing to see them like this. This is all football is all for.
And the dancing skills. That is beautiful.
Oh, so there is John Boy that you see. That's comfortable. What we call him. That is her name. But you can see that apart from football and the skills in the back defense, she has some dance moves that you can see it today. The other side of John Boy that we affectionately call her, but she is Comfort Yeboah. That is her
so
name.
like I was saying, this is not just any final. This is the finals that when you win, you get to represent Ghana on the continental level. And so it really goes through your bones. You just feel it. Whoever you are as a coach, when you miss such an opportunity, you still feel it. You will be hurt. And I'm very positive that, and I'm very sure that all the matches that Basigi has won against Ampem Darkoa ladies doesn't mean anything to him. If he had won this one, that is what he's good. Because if you go to a tournament that you were the second best team at the tournament, you won silver, you would want to go and at least make sure that you get your hand onto the trophy, or you get a gold medal. But for now, you will not be able to go again. And another team from your country is representing you. It is not just here. Even when you go to Nigeria.
Okay, so here is it, Madam Hilary Boateng, the chairperson of the Ghana Women's Premier League, lifting the trophy, and then it's being handed to the captain. What a joyous moment for Ampem Darkoa. That is the trophy. It's a silver trophy, decorated nicely, and then you can see that they are overjoyed. I can see Henry Asantichum, Mr. Hart, also in the joyous moment. He's joining the team now, you can't just overlook it. Ampem Darkoa, last season by this time, that is a colorful celebration of Ampem Darkoa. And unfortunately, they are wearing the green color as Hasaacas. It's marvelous, it's marvelous. It's an amazing.
Excited that they have managed to ensure that they win the title at the expense of Ampem Darkoa ladies. So it's just a reversal in terms of the feelings that both sides had last season. Hasaacas ladies were the ones who were fortunate to be excited and to be crowned champions. And here it is, Ampem Darkoa ladies having that same feeling and then knowing what it feels to be crowned champions. And very, very good for them because they would be representing Ghana at the CAF Women's Champions League. So they would want to go and also have a feel, a taste of how Africa is. And that is a good platform as well. We saw how Hasaacas ladies managed to get very good revenue from it in terms of their players that they had been bought by other clubs globally. And here they are once again, Ampem Darkoa having the opportunity to go out there, audition themselves, showcase their talents to the world. That indeed Ghana has quite a number of clubs that are diverse, that are good, chunk of talent, who are ready to prove at any given opportunity that they get.
The deadline from CAF was supposed to be tomorrow, that is Sunday, and now Ghana has a winner, which is in Ampem Darkoa. The Ghana Women's Premier League 2021-2022 season is Ampem Darkoa from the Bunu East in Techiman. They are crowned the champions, taking it from the defending champions last season, which is Hasaacas. Congratulations to both teams. And then Hasaacas, I guess they won't relax. They will come back stronger next time. Akosia.
At this point, I don't think Hasaacas are even thinking about how they would want to perform next season. What they are really thinking about is, wow, so we could actually lose a game in the Women's Premier League, but even though it had to go into penalties, and that we have actually lost a trophy to a familiar foe at this point, because they've played them for a number of times in the finals. And for Ghanaians who have been watching, who kept on saying, is Hasaacas ladies the only team that can be winning trophies here? And you can even see Sonia Opoko on the pitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Why is she
She
trying
arrived
to hide?
in the country, yes.
But did she play? Okay, she started with the team, right?
Okay. So
she started.
there
Then
is
she's
Sonia
trying to
Opoku.
come for her medal as well. Well deserved. Well deserved for the team. And once again, I just want to say I'm very thankful to all these girls for making the league exciting, because I love to watch you. I love to listen to you. I'm sure I'm going to watch the match again because of Esther's commentary.
It's been a fantastic season for the Ghana Women's Premier League. History was made, and then we have to acknowledge our sponsors, Betway, we have Max TV, Decathlon, and then Intercity STC. And then we say thanks to the Ghana Football Association for making it the opportunity and creating the opportunity for us as well. The women have already had a lot of exposure now, and it's up to them to maintain that standard. And then we are hoping that next season they will come back with much more, much stiffer competition, and then much tighter competition, because we need this. And then we know, Esther.
Yes, I just would love to add just something little to it. You were mentioning the proud sponsors for Women's League for this season. I would just want to use this opportunity to entreat corporate bodies, come on board, sponsor respective women's club, and trust me, it's a very good investment that you will have much returns for it.
And sorry if I've forgotten NASCO, we also say thank you to you as well. It's been a wrap from here at the Accra Sports Stadium. It has been me, Nafisa Fata, Nabadina, Akosia, Eje, and Esther Bankwa. Till we see you next season. Oh no, not the next season. Should we see you at the FA Cup? It's bye for us from now.
Bye.
Headphones are commonly employed in situations in which levels of surrounding noise are high, as in an airplane or where a user, such as a switchboard operator, needs to keep the hands free, or where the listener is moving about or wants to listen to music without disturbing others. We have with us the IMAX wireless headphones. Out of the box, the package comes with a wireless headset,